I walk over here.
I didn't even say that. Those was other guys. Oh,
y'all making sure that y'all in the camera together. I'm just making sure.
I don't even care to be here. I can get in this corner right now and hang out.
Hey, real quick. Hey, real quick. I should have said this before we did voice and pre-production. You back there, don't be screaming out too much. You good?
Hold on.
DJ Clue.
The background laugh is the best part. Like,
no, I said don't be screaming out too much. I ain't say no laugh.
Joe
No.
Buds, and the rest of them.
Yeah. And also, it's 5 of us in here. Just make sure we don't talk over each other. Absolutely. Besides that, fellas,
oh yeah,
we live, baby.
We live.
We live.
What's up?
Got pretty much a full house here. Let's start with the gold couch. Manny, how you feeling?
Oh, me?
Are you just here, or are you feeling?
Technically, yeah, I'm just here, but it's kind of relaxing to be on this side. So
you held it down last week.
Gold couch.
I tried.
Yeah,
I tried. The gold couch energy may come. We'll see.
We gonna talk about last week too as well. I got some questions.
Don't fire me, bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. You here right now? You here? You sitting down?
I know, but that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna fire me after it. You know, I'm gonna find out on Twitter I got fired.
no.
That's a damn shame.
Hate to see it.
Hey, Mike Newby, how you feeling? Welcome back, baby.
Hey man, it's been a little bit of a break, but happy to be back with y'all fellas. So it's a good time. These topics are actually pretty good, so I'm excited to get into this and see what's going.
Yeah, what you been up to?
Flying my ass off, man. You know, trying to make those make that money.
I feel like I've been there with you a couple times.
Yeah. You right.
You can't sniff and say that, bro. Insinuate something else.
Hey, Pops over here in the group in the chat right now. Pops, Ricky Williams #1.
Yes,
Red Couch, and y'all talking. Dev, how you feeling?
Great.
I see you got the ensemble, the mask, matching the hoodie. What's going on with that? What you doing? You making a political statement?
Some product placement.
Oh, move over a little bit.
Are you supposed to read it?
Mike,
supposed to read it to the mic?
He's out here like that.
Move over just a little bit.
Check me out.
Just a little bit.
Usually you move the mic out the way and get in the camera so people can read
It's
it.
like
Okay.
the office zoom. It's like the office zoom in the face and shit.
No. Real shit. Yo, I'm just glad to be here as always. Y'all know my intro. I'm glad to be here. This is my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got some new faces for me anyway, and some returning faces that I met before. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we here. We're gonna have a good time. Let's just do the damn thing, bro. Like I'm excited. Like I'm real life like excited right now. I might be kind of chill, but yo, today's a good day. This week's been a good week. I have no complaints right now. So yo, I'm in a good space, good place with good folk. Let's do it.
Hey, we call this man PG Jakes if y'all know that. Prince George's County,
Oh,
TD Jakes.
we was
That's
all
that
over
fusion
PG
dance right there.
Yes.
We or you? You was moving like it. You was moving, bro.
You did a third of it with me.
That is also true. I contributed.
Hey, let's keep it on that red couch for the first time. My man, Miko.
Hey.
Everybody, round of applause for the man. Please.
Coming through clutch too, man. Doing the damn thing.
It was we were supposed to actually do this podcast with you back in January.
Yeah, that was a wild time, man.
Bring the mic just a little bit closer to
sorry.
you. You good.
Yeah, that was a wild time. Yeah, I'm glad to be alive.
You want to talk about your story on that?
A little bit of it. Yeah. Did a little bit of work trip down to Dallas, Texas, and got COVID.
Got COVID.
Yeah. That was definitely not a fun time.
Didn't they just open up Texas?
And they did.
Wait your turn.
All right.
No.
That was just a quick question.
Real shit. No, I was kind of livid when I saw that on the headlines. I was like, wait, what? I literally did, like, not literally just came back, but, like, I got COVID from Texas. So y'all are just outrageous with the whole opening.
Question.
Yes.
Did Ricky get in your head like, bro, you supposed to show up? And you was like, by the way,
Nah.
I got
No,
COVID.
Nah, it's been crazier story than that.
I know.
No, look, I was in the car with this man for a good hour and a half on our way back from the airport.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the PG County water that he drinks.
Wow.
That'll do it.
Wow.
This man is
drinking it up,
impervious to disease.
Good work out there, Ricky.
Look, I don't know what it is, but we drove back. I was around this man. Everywhere he was at, I was there too as well. And somehow he got it. I did.
I drew the short straw of that whole entire.
He was on your airplane
ordeal.
seat.
Dude. And it was probably no, never mind. I ain't gonna throw them under the bus. American Airlines. Sorry. I just had to throw that little bit in
Going
there.
Adam? Oh shit.
AA lines.
AA lines.
That's
Could be Spirit.
This man.
Keep flying
hates-
Spirit, you gonna be
Spirit
one.
At least, no.
Hold on.
At least Spirit. When I flew with Spirit back in December, and going to St. Thomas and whatnot,
Yep.
they had their whole rows spaced out. People were socially distancing.
People shit on Spirit.
Hey.
They doing it. I flew Spirit to Miami. They was on top of their shit. So
I heard you had to bring your own seatbelt.
stop.
Is that true?
Stop.
I don't know. I
I ain't never
don't know.
flown it.
Me neither.
I ain't never rode
We
the
don't
dice.
know.
Hey, you gotta
We
wrap
had to
the
stand
channel
up during
under
the
the
flight,
seat and shit.
Gold couch don't fly Spirit.
No, we had to fly during the seat. So,
Fuck
hey.
y'all balling ass niggas.
I wouldn't say all that.
Hey, last week I missed a pod. I appreciate Manny, Dev, Trev, Nell. Y'all hold it down. What the hell happened last week?
Who you asking?
I'm asking you.
Oh shit.
I get a call off the pod. Hey, Rick, I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right, before you fire me on Twitter,
We
somebody came through.
everywhere, baby.
Somebody came through a little turned up. You know, then transitions got messed up, and I don't know. I lost control, man. I don't know what happened.
If it was me, I'm always turned up.
They were throwing,
It was a different kind of turned up from this individual that I would not mention.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
different kind.
They had to do.
Yeah, and if someone didn't like, getting muted, and just went from there.
Oh.
Oh, it got real.
This man hit the mute button on somebody.
You did it to me, and sometimes sitting in that seat, I realize it's necessary sometimes. But yeah, in that moment, I was like, I was tired. You know, I'm always just here. I'm always hanging on by a thread, and I think I held on enough to get through it. But I wanted to cut the camera.
Ooh.
They were like Birdman on it.
Was it like,
They had a
are we
Birdman?
finished or are we done?
Actually, I think those were my exact words at some point in that podcast.
You did say that. You did. I went back and looked. I was trying to clip this thing up. I was like,
They said it
I'm
already.
gonna come back to this one.
Yeah,
Come
I
back to
said,
this one.
but I did contact you, Ricky. I was like, please look at it in case you gotta take it down and make some edits.
Bro, but you killed it last week, though.
Yeah, y'all did a great job.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Bro,
y'all did-
it wasn't that bad.
yeah.
Felt like DJ.
As someone trying to step up and take your place when you're unable,
Mm-hmm.
I was not proud of my work.
Well, you know what? Hey, you are your artist critic, right? Ain't that what they say?
Very true.
So
Very true.
ain't nothing wrong with that. So,
Can you at least like message me before you post it on Twitter on fire though?
man, I ain't posting nothing on Twitter. Hey, look, I
Alright.
post on Twitter. It ain't me.
Alright.
Account was hacked.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
promise
find
you.
out on Snapchat. I don't know how that even happens.
It's like, hey, Manny, this one thing. You fired.
If anything, it'd be in this man's Snapchat right here, newbie.
If
be
we was somebody else
feature
Snapchat, be like, hey man, you know you got fired? No.
What the fuck?
Is that worse than getting fired on your day off?
Yes.
Technically, it's gonna happen on
I
my day
think
off.
so.
Yeah.
I think so. Get
You-
fired on Twitter versus on your day off.
You trending? You had to check your phone.
If you gonna fire me, Hey, if you gonna fire me,
trending.
if you
Team's
gonna
doing
fire
good.
me, fire me live. That's all I ask.
Niggas just
Fire
get up
me
and just walk
Fire
out.
me live. If you want the smoke, fire me live.
I mean,
Alex
I've seen people walk out live on the podcast before.
It's happened.
To go to the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
No.
Because
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'm done with this. I'm out.
Damn, like that?
Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta take a breather.
Yo, it gets real.
Pinky up.
I ain't naming no names, but there's some names I will name: Drake, Tory, Lil Baby, Anderson, Bruno. Y'all hear that new music that dropped today? Come
Tory?
on now.
I
I
didn't
ain't
hear
heard
Tory.
it. I ain't heard it.
I didn't even
but
see
You
it.
heard nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the new music, none that they all dropped today.
Oh, they
going
dropped
on?
last night.
Bro, you don't roll over at like midnight if you're up to see what got dropped.
You know what I'm doing at midnight if I am up at that hour?
Cheeks.
Call of Duty.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll say clap your cheeks.
Wait a minute.
That's why I thought he was
yes,
doing that.
Yes.
No.
Clap in my wife's cheeks.
There you go.
Of
Okay,
course.
so let's not get awkward here. Let's not get too awkward here. Mike Newby, you heard the music.
Show did.
What you think?
Drake did his usual thing.
Mhm.
Put his stamp on the spring of 2021.
Scary
miss.
Hours 2.
Yeah, he was cold with that.
It's gonna get warm outside now. Spring's begun.
Yeah, roll them windows down. Wash your cars.
Get your sundresses.
Yeah, especially those.
Can I get a sensational?
But I was shocked with the Bruno Mars joint. And no, I wasn't shocked. I was just like I didn't see it happen until I saw it in the group chat we got going, and I didn't see any of the news on it. But I'm waiting for the album to come out, and I don't know. It's gonna be kind of controversial to say, but I feel like he's carving out a lane. Both of them are carving out a lane, and I don't know what the Weeknd's what he's gonna do next after some of this. You know what I mean? Because I feel like he's going in that direction, that pop direction. I don't think there's enough room.
You said the Weeknd's going in the pop direction?
He's been in the pop direction.
Okay, I'm about to say. Is it going?
Yeah. That Super Bowl was kind of trash. Thing. I don't want to go too far. But anyways, music was good. Drake killed it as usual. I actually didn't have time for Tory Lanez. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I didn't even know he dropped nothing.
Yeah. I have it downloaded. I just haven't listened to it yet.
Is he still canceled?
Yes, I'm asking. Is he on the Do Not Disturb list?
I'm waiting for the trial to start.
That's just not happening.
The jury is still out on that.
Yeah, the jury's still out.
Yep.
How y'all feel about it?
Oh, that case. We're talking it real quick. I mean, if he did it, then I can't fuck with it. So we'll allegation. I don't like burying anybody over allegations. We'll get some allegations here a little bit later too as well. I like to let the process play out.
Yeah. I'm like,
unless you're on video doing something wild.
Yeah.
Then
I'm like, Tori, you need to take a leave of absence. Don't come into work right now till we figure everything out.
First of all, don't come in with that whack ass hair that he had.
Oh no,
bro! He got a sprinkle of black across. That nigga got peppered across. Like, don't come through like that.
I will never get on a man about his lack of hair.
It's different than that.
No.
Because that means you're next.
No.
Negative. I will never. I won't. But see, here's the thing. He got about tens of millions, right? Compared to what we got. just normal everyday folks. Now you saw what he looked like after the whole social media thing went through, and he got the proper haircut, and he was looking righteous.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Don't ever let nobody catch you slipping like that.
Hey,
bro.
man.
You got an image.
At
to
the end of the
uphold.
day, he's a real dude. He's a real ninja, and sometimes you just wake up and be like, I don't fucking feel like it. I make
Especially
$10
when you
million.
balling.
Why I
He was balling, too.
why I gotta do that?
When's the last time y'all got up out of bed and didn't look at yourself before you left the house?
I do that like 6 days a week.
Okay, then.
Oh damn, that guy destroyed
Living life raw.
Hold on.
That's different.
I mean,
No, for real. Like, you didn't wash your face. You didn't look at
No,
your hair
I wash
at
my
all.
face. I wash it. I don't like staring like, man, is my shit right? No, I literally get in the
I know
shower,
you throw some in your
wash
hair
my face.
before you.
I throw some product in there, and I just start picking it in the car with no mirror. Just like, maybe
What Devin's saying is he
It's
didn't do
kinda
that.
even.
He didn't do that.
he didn't.
No,
He had that midsection. He had what did they say? Chopping the top off the whip. Yeah, the George Jefferson.
I mean,
Oh, no, the landing strip.
damn.
Yeah, he was wilding.
I mean, would Dev look like he was Denzel in Glory right now?
Wait a minute, bro.
I'd have went for Django. Open the scene.
Oh, wait, hold on. So I've gone from old boy from
Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith Stanfield
Yep.
to Denzel in
Bro,
Glory.
I called you Denzel. Accept it.
That's a good thing.
This is a good thing.
I'm not saying
I
it's
just said you was in
necessarily
Glory.
bad.
Somebody said I'd take that.
Denzel, he got game.
Not yet.
Nah.
He ain't pick it out.
Not that far.
Hey, let's go and get this thing started. So, before we begin, is everybody familiar with what's going on with Dr. Seuss this week?
Yeah.
All right,
Back
so
to that one.
let's damn already. Damn, pod just started.
Duty calls, baby.
It has begun.
He about to take a shit in the woods.
That's a damn shame. Poison
Does
ivy.
a PG Jake shit in the woods?
Well, we about to find out. So let me reference an article first before I bring up the pictures in question, and when we'll take our time, we'll go over these pictures, we'll look at it, and then we'll, as a podcast audience, we'll decipher. And everybody out there watching too as well, appreciate that. Here are the wrong illustrations that got 6 Dr. Seuss books canceled. 2 of the 6 permanently pulled from a publication currently ranked as the world's best-selling children's books. This article is from thenationalpost.com. Dr. Seuss Enterprises, the official manager of the books published under the moniker Dr. Seuss, announced Tuesday they will no longer be publishing 6 Dr. Seuss titles because they portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. We'll get to that here shortly. The most popular of the 6 titles are the 1950s If I Ran the Zoo and the 1937 book And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, which is the first children's books published under the Dr. Seuss name by author Theodore Seuss Geisel. I don't think I'm saying that name right. As of March 2nd, which is a couple days ago, today's March 5th, which happens to be the author's birthday, both books remain in the top 10 most popular children's titles on Amazon. So we'll get here to the pictures here soon too as well, and I'll go through every single title. But I'll start the red couch first as well with Miko being first time on here. What's your overall thought on Dr. Seuss before I bring these images in question?
So, when I first saw the headlines about Dr. Seuss's books being in question for racial disparity, I kind of had to pump the brakes a little bit because I was like, okay, who is actually raising the red flags about this? Is it Gen Zers? Is it the cancel culture? Rearing their red head? Because nobody's safe nowadays. No one is safe at all. So in a situation, I'm kind of like, you know what? I want to actually have a raw discussion about this because I really am like not too versed on it. Because I'm like, let me hear other people's opinions about this first. You know what I mean? With more knowledge, because like Dr. Seuss, I grew up with Dr. Seuss. I love Dr. Seuss. All right, and a lot of hip hop artists probably grew up on Dr. Seuss as well. Yeah. And a lot of great work probably came from the inspirations of his rhymes. So, you know what? I want to hear from y'all.
So you think it's part of cancel culture?
Yes, I honestly think it's cancel culture.
Okay. I ain't gonna go full Stephen A. Smith voice, but I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, and here's why.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So first we're gonna go through the pictures.
You're a sacrificial lamb on that one.
Oh shit.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. This is we're going through the pictures, and all opinions are welcome. So there's nothing wrong with that. All right. Let me make sure I do this correctly. Give me a quick second.
Let's take a look.
All right, I switched over right now, so everybody should be seeing the same images we're seeing now. Okay, so if you take a look down here, let me my screen again. All right, there we go. All right, let me bring this up. All right, you take a look what's going on here at the bottom. And I'm zooming in on this image, but you can also find these online too as well. So the thing is that you see, this is one of the pictures in question. This is from the book, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. This image right here with the depiction of a caricature of an Asian man with a garb that's traditional of that region, with a bowl of rice in his hand and chopsticks running too as well. Now, with that image, Go Couch, what do you think? Do you think that's a caricature of it? Do you think that's more so just on point with the times? What do you think when you see this?
You want to go first?
I'll let you take it. Go ahead.
All right. So I don't see nothing wrong with this because what is this book? The books are catered to children, right? So like it's catered to children, and when I see this, I mean, it's not that I'm trying to say that I'm not trying to like generalize people, but like as a child that young, you don't know about cultures and whatnot. This is teaching you, okay, this is the culture, like this is their culture, and you don't even think that as a child. And they're not making fun of them, in my opinion. Honestly, I just don't see it. I really don't. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even think, even with just the stigma coming up when people did write things and have those sidebar meanings. I don't think Dr. Seuss felt that way. He's from San Diego.
And this is
like,
what does that mean? He's from San Diego.
That's what Dr. Seuss started. He's from San.
No, so he's from San Diego. He didn't feel that way. What is that?
San Diego is one of those cities where it's well, I can't say all that. They're not like super cultured and diverse, but Southern California is pretty laid back.
Now
it never rains.
Well, except for LA. That's weird.
I don't know if it really. I mean,
we're not talking like snowfall type shit and crack epidemic.
I see what you mean by that, but it's not
end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I didn't think that as a kid. I don't think kids think of it. Kids don't see that. Period. Dot. Like it's been usually racism is passed down to them. If you don't say nothing, they won't learn nothing.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, just before I go back to you, and I'll get to you right here, Doobie. What do you think about subconscious images and how that affects the child's psyche that is so fresh and so new?
I don't even think they know any better.
Well, they don't know better.
I read the same book.
I mean, yes, but okay, you're one example that you felt like that didn't do anything to you. But subconsciously, who knows what effect this can have on somebody? They depict all Asian individuals to look like this.
But this wasn't like this wasn't like the cancel culture where people came out and said anything to my knowledge.
Nobody canceled Dr. Seuss.
And I'm saying no one. This came from within the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if it was somebody that came out and said, because I don't know any better. If Chinese culture say, hey, this is messed up, and they tell me, hey, I don't like this, then I understand. Cause I don't right now. I don't understand. I don't know what it does. Cause this in particular doesn't have anything to do with me and my culture.
I see what you mean by that too.
So
as
like
well.
if people were to speak out, and let's say like now this has happened, we had someone of Chinese descent, see what they say.
Right.
But like, and if it offends them, I'm on board. But I don't see nothing wrong with this. And if
I'm gonna take the other side of the fence on this one. I think that it's good to go back and do a scrub of your social media, even personally. If I go back 10 years on my social media, I'm probably gonna see some shit on there that was probably wrong. You know what I mean? That I probably shouldn't have said. That probably offended somebody. Now I'll use this Chinese picture as an example. If they take him off of there, right, and they put a black dude on there with a pack of Black and Milds, a white dude in Wisconsin may not see nothing wrong with that because that's not his culture. A kid may not even know what Black and Milds are. But I can understand people saying, we better than 40s. We better than, stuff like that. So Chinese dude with a bowl of noodles. I'm not, me personally, you're right. I don't personally see anything crazy about it, but I can understand being sensitive of other cultures and kind of, there's.
It's been a while. What is the lines? What is the words underneath the picture say?
A Chinese man eats rice with his sticks.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He could.
It's like education of Chinese culture.
But is it though?
It's a part of context.
My son. It's the same as Japanese culture. My son, that's what they do. That's in historical sense.
I think this is a little bit of the mild pieces that we're kind of talking about. There's other photos that are from Dr. Seuss, and he said himself, "I'm ashamed of some of my early work." So
yeah, and I get that.
So this is as mild as it gets. There's one of a.
I'm going to minimize this one.
Yeah, slave auction. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So,
wait, Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
So we got another picture here too as well. Let me make sure I reference this one correctly. All right, this one I'm going to zoom into as well. Now this is the images here. Nothing I pulled out from anywhere else. Waiting for the Signal from Home, published by Theodore Seuss on the onset of the Japanese American internment in 1942. It doesn't say which book this is from, but it's part of the article here, so I'm just going to run with it. Dev, you walked out, you walked back in. What do you think so far?
This one is a little bit more egregious, I guess you could say, because at the time it played on the fear that American society and government had concerning the Second World War. So there was a belief that was extremely prevalent that the Japanese that were living within the country was going to turn and assist the Japanese that were so this one's a little bit more egregious in my opinion. But overall, and we're going to go through the rest of the picks though. I think look like Ant said, even and Mike, I'm sorry, bro.
No, you good.
Keanu ain't even here. Where Keanu at?
It's all good. It's all good.
Talking to Mike, Dev.
Look, like Mike said, I think at the time it may have been socially acceptable, but we're kind of coming to an age where things are kind of being retroactively looked at, and it's coming from the Dr. Seuss people that run the books, that runs the company. They're looking back and saying, hey, me personally though, it's like Dr. Seuss himself recognized that there was an issue with certain things. And not only that, but I've been saying this on social media. Look at the Starbelly Sneetches, right? That's one of his books that he came out with. In that book, he literally, the entire book is about the differences between cultures and how it's wrong. So it's not like he didn't try to go back and kind of try to fix the image that he recognized he may have portrayed. So to me, this is our upbringing. This is what we grew up with. This is what we kind of came to know. No, I don't necessarily find an image. I don't find a problem with the images as a whole, because as kids, like Ant said, we just kind of loved the books for what they were. We're in a state now where everything's offensive, whether you like to admit it or not. Everything's offensive or can be offensive, and my only issue is if Japanese culture, if a group of Japanese individuals, Japanese Americans came through and said, yo, get rid of this book now, cool, I would understand it because it's offensive to the culture that we've created. America's a melting pot. But the simple fact that it wasn't them, I have an issue with it because it's all the other people saying, yo, this is offensive, but Japanese folk or Native Americans, like, we're okay with it. Or whomever is saying, yeah, yo, we're not bothered by it. But there's a group of people saying, like, yo, no. You just sit back. We're going to fight this fight for you, and we find this offensive for you. It's like, to me, that's another form of cultural appropriation because you're taking on the fight for people that's saying they don't have an issue with it. To me, I'm like, yo, just chill out. Calm down. Not everything is offensive. Not everything is meant to be offensive. And if it is, Dr. Seuss himself went back and said, like, yo, look, my earlier works may have been offensive. I apologize for that. And he even went through the process of trying to, like, look, this is the issue. Look, with the Starbelly Sneetches. He produced a book. He published a book that's kind of addressed the issues of his earlier works. So that's kind of how I feel about this.
Hey, just FYI, y'all, this was a political cartoon. This was not in a children's book. So this is for like a news. This was a news clipping. So
That's what it was. That's why I couldn't reference the book.
So
I'm just referencing the article. Okay, yeah.
And just to clear up this particular.
And I
It
appreciate
was still
that.
from Dr. Seuss, but it's not in the book for the kids.
It's not
It's not
in
one of the
a
books.
book.
Yeah.
This is not for children. This is
Now I'll read a comment on Facebook before we go to the next one. Unless anyone has anything from here, and Miko, I'll come to you next too as well. Going around the room. Marcus Winters on Facebook. Shout out to my man Marcus.
Hey.
He said the man himself knew he was wrong or wasn't proud. When something doesn't affect us, we tend to be dismissive of it. But we know better, so let's do better. Any thoughts on that comment from move to the next picture?
Perfect.
What's up, Miko?
He's right.
So I mean, and that's, you brought up a very good point. Like I want to hear more from the Asian community in reference to a lot of his works in the past that are being brought up in question. I'm like, I haven't heard a lot of prominent Asian, figures that have had issues with this, and I'm looking for them to say, look, this was effed up, this is wrong, I'm not okay with it, squash it. You know what I mean? I haven't heard any of that. Like us, we don't see any type of relevance to that, and I'm saying, oh, this is.
Have you near the mic?
Oh, this is.
Oh, appreciate you, baby.
Thank you. This is, this doesn't affect me, so I'm just gonna say, hey, maybe this is cancel culture. And that's, again, these conversations are important to have. I'm like, this doesn't affect me. I see an Asian man on here. How does it affect them? I want to hear from them saying that this is not good.
Historically
And I
speaking,
haven't heard
though,
a lot of that.
historically speaking, maybe this may be far-reaching, but from that culture, I don't really hear them speaking out publicly about a lot of U.S. trending stuff often at all.
They
So,
don't.
and maybe, and just because, like, let's put it like this: you two could have something going down the streets. I don't know what's going on, but for one of y'all to kick the other's fronts in when he's already, like, you know what I mean? Y'all already had your fight. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like that last picture for sure. That with the internment camps they had on World War II, that's an easy one for me to see it and say, okay, well, whether or not they're offended or not, I can realize that, you know what, that one needs to be pulled. Now, for some of these other ones, y'all are right. I do need to see them, and you know what? Honestly, I don't really think my opinion matters. If somebody else is upset about it,
that's all we want to hear.
Yeah.
Let's hear from the culture that's being depicted. Like, I look at this, if you know Asian culture, they would carry their princesses and their royalty around. Typically, it was like 4 male or whomever, but they would carry them around on their shoulders in these type of carriages. So to me, it's kind of like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just like that's kind of what they would do.
I mean, but
now,
everybody's
it
sharing
depicts it in a weird way with them on, but that's Dr. Seuss. Everything is fucking obscured in a weird way.
But everybody will share that meme where in the African country where they have the casket on their shoulders and share it. No one says a thing.
No one.
was our culture, but our culture wasn't offended by that.
Actually, I'm gonna let y'all talk on this. I got one thing to say at the end of the Dr. Seuss thing, and I'm gonna call it.
No doubt.
Okay, no problem. This picture right here is from If I Ran the Zoo, by the way. So I know Debbie's talking about it a little bit. I know Go Kart, y'all talk a little bit. Miko, what you got? What you think?
In regards to this picture?
Yes, sir.
With this picture, it kind of puts the Asian man down here subservient to whatever animals that's within the zoo here.
And you stand
I
on
can
top
zoom
of
up a
that
little
too.
bit.
Not trying to go over the like Farrakhan with it, but on top of the animal.
Peter would love it. Peter would love it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, I really don't have much to go off of here. Like, I don't see anything
You got to see the
wrong
lyrics.
with it. I mean,
Is it enough to cancel the book though?
No, it's not.
What's the
In
lyrics
your,
say?
in your
Absolutely
opinion? In your opinion,
Absolutely not.
obviously.
But what do the lyrics say?
You got to read
So
the lyrics.
this is it's just about the mountain region that they're in with helpers who till wear their eyes as a slave. I don't want to say this is like I'm really zooming in here on here, so I can't really make that out personally.
Y'all need that 2014?
Yeah,
I can't read it either.
a
This,
little update on this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what book this is
Trying to
from.
help you. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
I was-
I'm on a website trying to zoom this in, and it's. I mean, Dr. Seuss, man. I mean, this is. I wish I had a book in front of me to actually read this properly.
Yeah.
But I guess the big thing here was the images, not really the words associated with it.
But I mean, you got to read from the words to get context out of it. That's the bigger thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you always have to?
Something no.
So,
I think cases vary. That's why we're discussing this right,
Right.
here.
Talk about like some Sambo type stuff.
That's
where
saying, do
you
you
talk
know
about
any
the black
context of
man
Sambo?
with big red lips, and you know
Yeah,
that's
no.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says
You know.
Oh, yeah, come here. Yeah. Oh, here we go right here. Hey, man. Hey, Nick, appreciate you.
Yo, coming
Yeah.
through in the clutch.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
I love
sir.
it. Hey, shout out to the casting couch.
hey,
Hey,
Hey.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all. Y'all
Hey,
have
that's
a
what
good
they
one.
call it.
5'10" got no kids.
5'10", no kids.
Hey, you in the area?
inside joke.
Hey, he in the area now. You can come through on the podcast sometime. For real, with the mic. All right. I'll hunt in the mountains of Zomba Tant with helpers who all wear their eyes at a slant and capture a fine fluffy bird called a bustard, who only eats custard with sauce made of mustard, and also a very fine beast called a flustered who only eats mustard with sauce. Okay, let's go back. With helpers who all wear their eyes at a slant is, I mean,
Hey,
That's
we're
not
talking
offensive.
about Asian culture,
like-
bro.
Where's
is that
the
offensive to
Asian-
say, or
Where's the
No,
Asian
but
culture in
again,
this zoo?
we need to
now?
hear from someone of Asian
would
descent. if
you
that's-
say that?
I would not say that.
Is that
I
is
personally
that comparable
wouldn't
to
say
saying like with brown skin and big lips?
If we're talking about the zoo as the context of, I probably would do better.
But are they in the cage though?
That
They're
exactly.
holding up the animal,
But what is Asian culture is known for?
not carrying.
Would you be?
It's context.
Well, I'll put it like
Animals,
this:
though.
in your
I
shoes,
get you.
Yeah, in your shoes, would you want someone saying, "Hey," not saying you personally, or just somebody saying of a different ethnic group, like your hair is nappy, you got big lips, something like that? Would you? How would you feel about that?
To me,
And it's everything's a context too as well. But I'm just
Yeah.
reading as it says it here.
it's like to me, context is everything. That's about just simple communication between individuals in general.
Mm-hmm.
What you get on a text message is different from what someone says to you. I could text you saying right now, like, "Damn, Ricky, what's up?" And you be like, "Man, damn, Rick, why you going in my head right now?" And I'm like, "No, Rick, I just mean like, what's going on with you?" Context is everything.
I
When you
literally
take
had something like that.
context out of it, when it's just words, anything can be misconstrued and be seen as offensive.
This is why I don't text.
So to me, it's like if we put it into a perspective where, you know, I don't know, it's weird, man. Because look, here's the thing: not every black person has big red lips, right? We don't all have big Dumbo, and we don't all have big noses, right? So to portray that as every black person, that's kind of weird. But I'm not saying that every Asian individual has kind of slanted eyes, but that's an extremely prevalent, like, you know what I'm saying, physical feature, right or wrong.
I mean,
And, you know, so it's just one of those things where, like he said, let's hear from the culture if they find it offensive.
I mean,
But me, I'm not going to tell you that Asian people are offended by that
That's not
because
but people say the same.
I'm me.
Yeah, people say slanted eye things. Like, there's someone I know really close to me who had smaller eyes, and they would. You got Asian in your family? Are you part Asian? Like, I mean, people are still doing that these days. We're not through that time yet.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
True.
Next image. This is from McElliot's pool featuring Eskimo fish.
It looks like a Disney reference of sperm.
You're not wrong. I'm kind of confused by the imagery of what I'm looking at. Period.
Hey, look, this is Dr. Seuss, man. I'm just presenting the images.
So this is
Images
another
in
one that's got
question.
canceled.
This is one of the books that got canceled right here.
Where
5'10" with kids.
there's icebergs. The waters are presumably cold, so they got fur around their necks. And Eskimos wear fur, like in the cold. I don't meet. I'm just trying to understand, bro.
Are Eskimos complaining about this?
Where
Now,
are they?
I understand though, the word Eskimo isn't actually politically correct. Now, this is what I've heard second, third hand.
There you go, mess it up.
I'm not
I've learned something new.
saying that
I did not know that.
He saved you.
I didn't know it either.
So did.
but this is what I've heard
From Eskimos?
Oh my God.
from people in the culture.
You gonna say
I'm
This
just
is
trying to be
second-
funny,
this
bro.
is second, third
No,
hand on the
this
show.
is not to be funny at all.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah. This isn't. No, I'm talking to someone directly that lives in that area as part of that culture. I'm just saying this is something I've heard second, third hand. I mean, I'm living in Maryland,
they
man.
don't say
I
that.
don't do
They
this.
don't say that. They don't say that up there.
Sure don't.
They don't.
What is the name of the culture within that region, within Alaska, within Canada, like upper regions of Canada? What's the name of that culture?
I'm
Is it
learning.
Inuit? Is that what it is?
Inuit, yeah.
It's
Inuit.
Okay.
But
All right.
Reading Dr. Seuss, you would never have gotten
So
that.
let me rephrase that. Are Inuits complaining about this?
We didn't even know.
No, we didn't know nobody was complaining about it until Dr. Seuss
I
told
mean,
us.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. We're not plugged
Just-
into that culture to know how that.
Yeah, just because you haven't heard something doesn't mean it hasn't been said.
Exactly.
I mean-
yeah, that's part of a learning experience too, as well.
As I said, I don't know any better.
We would have actually went up there and said, "And any of y'all Eskimos got a problem," and we would have been wrong off
said
rip.
We just rephrased.
I know. I'm
No.
You get what I'm saying? You get
If
what
we
I'm saying?
I get it.
would
I
have
get it.
proposed that question
Yes.
with
That's how we would have
Eskimos.
asked it, and we would have taken the L off a rip. Asking
Hold on,
about that.
hold on. We're only presuming
Yeah.
we'd have taken an L
That's fair.
because
That's
they
fair.
would have been like, no. But hey, for future reference,
It's
it's
Inuit.
Inuit.
Yeah, you're right.
And we were like, cool, learning experience.
Yep.
And this is why these conversations need to happen.
Yeah.
I've had
That's
a
good
lady
on.
tell me that Native American is a Native American told me that that's offensive. I prefer to be called American Indian.
That's fair.
Okay.
I've heard that too.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I was like, I didn't know that. We
I've
like
heard that too.
I mean, I
Yeah,
never.
I
I mean,
didn't know that until I was like,
when I've
okay.
lived, we've lived in that area.
I didn't know
I
that either.
don't know that. I didn't know that. Like a lot of my friends, who are native or half native, they're okay with it.
so. I mean,
So-
who speaks for the culture?
Well, that depends. What you believe.
It has to
Who-
be. It
who's
has
the
to be
original Americans.
for it to be respected here in America. The overwhelming majority of the culture has to speak out loud for it to be respected and heard in the first place. And even then, when you do that, it may or may not be recognized.
That's fair too.
But you know what? A lot of the time, though, like, we don't get the consensus of who's actually filing complaints.
We don't. But like I'm
Which is
saying,
a
like it's
problem.
all personal, here and there. So like, what people may, if this podcast reaches people, like, and they are uneasy with it, we recommend you let us know so we can go back and, give people a chance, give uneducated people a chance to walk back on their words.
Isn't that
But we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of the media's responsibility?
We are the media right now.
Exactly.
And I think the media has been doing lately a piss poor job. At,
As of lately,
for a long time.
all the time.
All
Decades.
the time. Yeah.
It's-
But when they release a story, Fox is going to tell a different story than CNN. But neither one of them are going to I'm not going to, because I don't know. But reaching back out to these people that have some of these issues, it would be great for us to kind of get that backstory, back information. There's
That's what I
spokespeople
want.
for this, as you're referring to. And that's,
This next
that's
picture
where
got
you
me
need to
hot.
reach out.
This next picture got me hot.
So this picture's from Nazim of Bazim. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Featured in Beyond Zebra, or the Nazim of Bazim featured in the book Beyond Zebra. All right, so we got you hot. What's up?
So, did they pull this because it offended somebody? Because at the same time, if you gonna pull this, we might as well just cancel Will Smith and Aladdin too while we at it.
Oh shit.
See, you open up in a Pandora's box.
Now hold a second now, because this does open a Pandora's box,
Exactly.
which a lot of people are saying.
Exactly.
Now explain what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't, like you said, we don't have the lyrics, and I won't even say the words because Dr. Seuss had bars.
Yeah, he did.
But like,
Oh.
so
MC Zeus.
I haven't seen. I mean,
Underrated.
yes, I'm
Top
35
five
years
dead or
old.
alive.
I haven't seen the lyrics in a long time. I don't. Maybe something that goes on in the book that that's said, But if you can't pair the lyrics, we're just going off this picture, like they did Aladdin twice.
You know they had an issue with Will Smith playing Aladdin now. I mean, Genie.
Well, the first times because I thought the first outrage was because they thought he was not gonna look the way he looked, and then they, it's kind of like the Sonic situation. So like it wasn't because we got a black man.
The second
playing
issue
Genie.
is you could have found, and this is a common thing lately, is
true.
you could have found somebody of that demographic to play that role.
Very true.
Yeah, but Will Smith gets a pass sometimes.
A
Actually, all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, Will Smith's escaped from everything except for Jada.
Oh, wait a
Don't forget,
minute.
never forget that podcast. It never happened.
How tall is Jada?
5'3".
5'6".
5'6" with kids.
Let's move on. Let's move on from this one right here. All right, I think this may be the last one. So there's some words here too. But once again, I'm zooming in, so I don't know if I can actually read that. So this other image is from. Okay, so this is described as Inuit-looking figures depicted in scrambled egg super.
Who is this supposed to
Did you
depict?
say scrambled egg super?
Inuit.
That's the name of the book.
I didn't even know
Oh,
they
it's
had a Dragon Ball Z
Inuits. Okay.
franchise.
Oh man, get out of here.
Hey-yo.
Dragon Ball Z? Is that what you said?
Dragon
You said
Ball.
what's the name of the book you said?
Scrambled egg super.
Scrambled egg super. Look at
Yeah,
Dr.
this
Seuss
word
being-
associated too as well. This is I can't make this out right now, but I mean it's the image that was also in question with another book that got canceled. Any these are the people that are described as Inuit through the eyes of Dr. Seuss. This is one of the books that got canceled.
Help me to understand.
Are the
what's
people of the book that's describing this culture offended?
Help me to understand.
We don't know. We don't know.
Help me to understand what's offensive. I don't know.
Out of all the pictures that are posted, I think we all came to the consensus is we have no idea what's going on. Someone who may be offended by this, please let us know. Because I was hoping Ricky would pull like a black, somebody with chicken running somewhere or something like that. We didn't even get that.
I just pulled the images that are in question. I'm just
Exactly.
going with the
And this
trial
is-
that was presented.
And this is I think this is the them avoiding any type of the smoke, which good on them. But I think the new culture that makes us do this. Sometimes we gotta we gotta be better than that. I seen like a video about this young girl trying to cancel Eminem on a song that came out in 2010. Did you not hear his first track? You gotta do your homework. If you want to cancel him, which is not gonna happen,
Go
yeah, you
in the conversation.
everybody's trying and they don't do their research.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't even got to my last comment when we close out on this.
Well, this is the last one before we move on to.
Do you mind if I say
the
something?
backslash of the Amazon part of this too as well?
It's
So
not even
you-
that big of a deal.
So you've been saving it for now. So
I just
I'm
wanted to go
curious.
through and get everybody's ideas in case I wanted to change what I said. But people are worried. And at the same time, we know people aren't really worried about Dr. Seuss. This is them changing everything. But when we do cancel culture, we're canceling like celebrities. We're canceling things they said. We're canceling stuff like this. But what about our history books?
Now, Jose, you said cancel culture. I want to
Wait a minute.
I want to clear something real quick about cancel culture. It was Dr. Seuss's enterprises himself.
That's what I'm saying.
that
I'm saying
pulled it.
they pulled this one. In this case, this is what that is.
They pull these themselves,
Yes.
but it's also
But
through
you done
pressure
scared-
from other people
Yeah,
too as well.
I know. I want to see the stories about the pressure. But at the same time, what about the books that we seen growing up growing up ourselves? What about what was it? We got y'all. I don't know if y'all had it. I had this history book. It was a history book, and then on page whatever, there was this Egyptian king that looked like the father in Modern Family.
Pull it. Pull it.
Like
Al Bundy.
You had a
this,
movie like that a couple
like-
years
like
ago.
This, huh?
You had a movie like that a couple years ago.
Yeah. So like, but
Gods
Gods
of Egypt.
Yeah.
But these are
Yeah.
these are the books that we have to study out of to get SAT scores, ACT scores, to get into college and all this stuff. And like, why aren't we canceling
Well,
that? Why aren't we fixing
Start
the
it
history
up.
with that?
That's
Real-
the point.
Like, yeah,
on,
like
hold on.
you know why?
what about Columbus Day?
Well,
We are
it's-
starting to
we
cancel
don't
that.
know. So like,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
I mean,
Indigenous
it's-
Peoples
it's,
Day.
it's a start, but it's a
They're
long
starting,
way to go. I mean, Columbus Day in OKC.
It no
Nah,
longer
bruh.
exists.
Yeah.
It no longer. It's
You got
fix it.
Indigenous
Indigenous
Peoples
Peoples
Day,
Day,
Yeah.
and then you have Juneteenth straight
that's
up.
coming.
Yep.
That's big now.
The 4th
Yeah.
of July.
So
Yeah,
there's a start.
Yeah.
to our history.
Yeah. So like, I mean, when I say our history, I want everybody's history included. You know,
Okay.
we got
No doubt,
National
no doubt, no
Pancake
doubt.
Day. Like, fuck.
Motherfucking IHOP.
So
And Denny's.
Yeah.
IHOP
right.
is trash.
Oh, and
Denny's is trash too. Atlanta canceled Denny's.
hold on. We
So
ain't-
what
Atlanta
we comparing
canceled.
it to?
Atlanta canceled Denny's back when I was like 4.
Oh, Atlanta has Waffle House.
Thank you.
But no, they canceled it for a
Oh,
reason.
not fair.
Hold a sec. Before we go into breakfast for dinner, let's keep on topic.
Yeah, that's all right.
My fault.
We got a lot to go. But no,
I love
wrong
IHOP.
with
but no,
it.
you're
My
right.
fault.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
fault.
no, yeah. The main.
I'm offended.
That's my main. Yeah.
That Denny's
I
shit.
want to talk about pancakes.
Denny's is my number 2.
Take a note. We'll get back to it on B side.
My fault, y'all.
But
My
no,
fault.
but
Yeah.
that's my thing. Like we're canceling everything. Not we, because I ain't canceling half the shit that y'all canceling. But
Thank you.
we canceling things, but we need to get into the deeper things, like stuff that we learned that we need to
We're teaching.
that we're
the
teaching
kids,
that
the next
you know
generation.
the things that we need to cancel things that we have to learn to go into student loan debt for $100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we need to
yeah,
start
yeah.
canceling and getting rewritten. And then I don't want to go no further than that. 'cause
I like
it's
how
a
early you
whole-
said
it's
that.
a
Great
whole
point.
thing.
So
Great
the
point.
reason why I wanted us to actually go through each one of these images and actually look at them. I didn't want to go for a social media headline. I didn't want to follow a crowd. I was like, all right, let's take a look at the work. Let's see what they look like. So overall, start with the red couch. Miko first. Putting you on the spot here again. Sorry,
Look,
you new here, so it is what it is.
See,
What do you,
I can't.
what do you think about all these images together? Do you think it's a problem?
Look,
do you
the-
think they just should exist as they are? What's your overall thoughts?
So, with the second image of the internment camp, without any type of context, without brother trying like telling us that this was in a newspaper back in the day, this was not in a children's book. Without any kind of context, I can't educationally say, okay, this is offensive. This needs to be, banished from any kind of publication. I can't go off of anything without seeing any type of words that describe the picture in itself, because this just looks like 6 people trying to, I don't know what's going on here, trying to catch a bird.
Catch a
on-
bird.
Something to
Yeah.
catch a bird on top of the iceberg. I don't know what else is going on. But yeah, like without context, I can't go off of anything, honestly.
And I guess Dev, you'd be next to it here too as well. This is a question for everybody. With all that being said, would you draw something like that now and post it to your own social media? And if not, why?
Well, I can't draw. No. First, if I could draw, like Ant said, if I could draw, no.
But why is that?
Because we're living in a hypersensitive time.
But do you think if you think there's nothing wrong with the work here, what would be the issue then?
No, it's not necessarily something wrong with the work. As we're coming to learn, it's people's perception of the work. See, you can draw something innocently because it's your believed perception of a certain culture or a certain event. It's what you believe it to look like, right? But all it takes is just one. Literally, it takes one person to say, "Y'all know that's effed up," and then they can create a ruckus off of something that you, as an artist, as a creator, say like, "Yo, I didn't mean it in that fashion," or just like with comedians. They may have said something 10 years ago, but during that time, it may have been an appropriate joke. But now, it's something wrong because people find it offensive now. Would I necessarily draw certain images like that kind of depicts people in that light? Maybe not. Not because I'm fearful of the picture itself. It's just because of people's reaction to it. If you're trying to build a brand, if you're trying to be successful, you're trying to make money, you have to be conscious of how people is going to take in, you know what I'm saying? They're going to affect your dough. So it's like there's a lot of roadblocks that kind of come into making money and being successful and doing things in the public light. So no, you got to be aware of how everyone, and to me as creators, that's hard enough as is. That's we're not even going to talk about how hard it is to be a creator nowadays, because as soon as you put something out there for the public eye, you never know how it's going to be received.
Shit, I was doing a live podcast. Yeah, I'm taking back this one.
Case in point.
Yeah.
Case in point. It's
Here
already
now.
out there.
Yeah.
We say something crazy, you look. We might get canceled 10 years from now.
That's what we said last week.
I'm not drawing anything like this because I have no reason to. It's as simple as that. So it's not about, if I just not gonna wake up, and just say I'm just gonna draw an Asian man today. Like I have no story to tell that transpires to this. If I want, to make music, I'm gonna make music off of the experiences I have, or if I go to India, for instance, I have no reason from being from Kentucky to just randomly draw an Indian dude in the way that I see him from my limited perspective without going to some of these places and some of these people. If you want to draw a beautiful Asian lady, that's fine and dandy, it's cool. Post that on the internet, you got to be subject to some criticism. If somebody says, once you start putting things out there, if people say, hey man, why you draw our eyes like that? Not all Asian people's eyes is like that. I can understand somebody taking offense to that. It really comes down to respect of the culture, For I think as black people, we defend our culture pretty fierce, and I can commend other cultures for doing the same. I expect that same respect back. I don't think a dude from Kentucky should be drawing, us folk doing something crazy. And if we have something to say, or whether we don't or not, I can definitely stand behind somebody from North Carolina saying, hey man, I'm not black, but why did you do that? Oh, I just thought it was funny. It ain't funny. You know what I mean? I can get that.
No doubt.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I'll play your game, Ricky. I'll draw it. You know why? It would be ignorantly, but this is based off of what I learned. So if it came back on me, this is what I'm learned, and if this is an issue, we'll go back to the whole schooling thing. But like if you're talking about, so at this point, without the lyrics, because we don't have the lyrics, without the lyrics, like this looks like it could be any culture that hasn't been, it hasn't reached civilized. This could be in the past, just you can remove the icebergs and put mountains. Back in the day, people did this.
There's no lie there.
Right?
There's no lie.
So, that's how I see it. And that's how, that's what my damage control statement would be if I got rolled up on. But this is without the lyrics. So,
I think
do see beyond the North
I think what
Pole.
Newbie said was on point. That if you have a limited experience of someone else's culture, that it's best not to even dive into it.
Because
Without that respect.
But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just got into Al Gore's internet era, so we're learning a lot more now because we're more connected. Back then, where was the internet at?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it
he still had
wasn't
a limited
then.
experience of a lot of cultures.
And history books were skewed. Dr. Seuss didn't even learn what he thought he learned.
Yeah, it's not an excuse to be ignorant though.
Whoa,
He was.
wait,
If you're
wait.
taught wrong, how can you be held accountable for being wrong?
You can get held accountable now.
In that
that you
case,
know.
wait a second. That blanket statement you said is, that's kind of interesting.
For the era.
So if I would take that statement you said and put that back in maybe like 1750,
Okay.
does that still make sense?
Yeah, be a little more specific.
Like the when the slave trade was popping off.
Yeah.
That was just the era. That's what we did. Or
I didn't
Jim
know
Crow.
no better.
That
Hold
was
on,
just the era.
no.
So-
That's different, bro.
Well, I'm just
It's
asking.
kinda- it's got- no,
but what makes it
Purposely
different?
being
It's kind.
offensive,
It's
though.
It's kind of the same. You know why? Because back then they
This
were
me just
taught.
asking the question.
But people were taught that this is how things are, and then over time, because even we weren't free because they thought it was okay.
It took some people outside of our race to
to
stand up
it
and
was-
help out too.
It was more of a financial move. We all know this, or a power move for the Civil War. And we haven't go there, but that's why it's kind of not the same. But once we broke down that barrier, and they were like, "Oh shit,"
But you said you would draw it now though.
I wouldn't draw it now. I'm just saying I wouldn't draw it now, but I'm saying like I see why this picture was drawn.
And so
Yeah,
pretty
but
much
not
they're
everybody
saying,
was doing that.
Yeah, everybody was putting Uncle Ben on the and Aunt Jemima on shit.
They got
and-
pulled, too.
Yeah, but niggas wasn't saying shit about that back then.
Maybe they were.
How many?
They
y'all-
thought it was representation.
But there's a group of African Americans right now that are buying boxes of Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima, wrapping them bitches in saran wrap and keeping them for historic reasons. Why? Just saying it happens.
To take a
And I thought
snapshot
about
of. To take a snapshot of.
That's
This was
sign of
pretty
the times.
crazy.
Well, then again, Ludacris thought that the Confederate flag was okay.
I mean, in this thing, being from where Ludacris is, where you from?
The Virgin Islands.
See, being from Georgia, that's all we saw growing up. Even in Atlanta, them doolies come through with them flags in the back.
Florida.
Like it wasn't like Lil Jon thought it was okay too. He was on the album cover, wasn't it?
It
Like,
sure was.
so like
But the thing to take in
we-
context is it took some other people
Yeah.
to say, hey, let's stop doing
we
this.
were uneducated. Even if we
Let's
weren't
stop
even
doing this.
uneducated,
Other
there's a lot
black
of people.
people,
There's people
though.
that but
No,
I mean
that's all we heard. But there have been white people from a
True.
long time saying,
True.
y'all need to stop doing this.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got one more image to go to because we could be in here all night. But the thing is
go,
that,
go.
and this other image isn't even really Dr. Seuss. It's just something else popped up with Amazon, and we'll touch on this briefly before we move on. But let me get this. But no, that's it's a conversation needs to be had, and it's one thing to know something is true and to do the opposite, and another thing to be ignorant of something or uneducated, but you're still trying to learn and progress. I think those are two different things. So if you know better, let's just say do better.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna put this last image. Last image.
This shit dumb as fuck.
All right, so hold a second. Let me introduce this properly. So on the left, it's the old Amazon image. Social media popped up, said, image been here for a while. Said, hey, that little tape on there looks like Hitler's mustache. You probably should do something about that, Bezos.
I'm done.
So they went ahead and flipped it. Now, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna just throw it up, alley oop to whoever want it. Thoughts on it?
You fixed it. It's done.
It's dumb as fuck.
But you fixed it.
It's dumb as fuck. Like,
Are you upset about
how?
it? Are you upset about it?
Like, do you think that Jeff Bezos, like,
I didn't see it
literally in his
beforehand.
office is
They
like,
just-
oh, let me put
I get
Hitler's
what you're
face
saying.
on here.
I didn't see it, but they fixed it, and now it's it.
The thing about
People
it,
are too sensitive.
They're insensitive. They just said, "Hey, it kind of looks like that." And
who looks at this and sees Hitler?
I see Hitler.
Reddit, Reddit,
Fuck Reddit.
Reddit. You have some people that, and I don't think anyone was offended by it. They just said, "Hey,
Bro,
that looks kind of crazy."
if it was a black little tape thing, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
a
if that's-
long
I'm not
shot.
saying I see it.
If
I'm
the
just
shade
saying.
of that, if the shade of that background was a little browner, then maybe.
Hey, let me just ask you this: if y'all were Amazon, and let's just say you had 100,000 people, it was trending, and most of it is just memes, right?
I would have changed it.
You would change it.
Absolutely not.
However, see, that's why you're not Jeff Bezos.
Bro,
But,
hold on. It's not even about Jeff Bezos. Anyone? Do you really think his bottom line will be affected if 100,000 people said, we find this to look like Hitler?
bro,
You
it's,
really think Jeff Bezos is sitting back like, damn, this 100,000 people
It's not about the
out
money. though.
of.
It's not about the money.
yes.
Hold on.
I mean,
are you a
honestly-
multi-billionaire?
So
It's not about the money. Why you changed it?
Why not?
because it's bigger than Amazon. This man probably invests in things outside of that. Like he's
Exactly.
like Amazon's not all his money.
So hold a second. I didn't want to spend too much time here. Just real quick around the room. If you were Bezos, man, would you have changed it?
I would have changed it.
Newbie,
Yes.
Miko.
No.
Hey, gold couch versus red couch. Hey, a casting couch.
Me?
Yeah.
Will I change it? Nah, I wouldn't change
There
it.
you go.
He is savage though.
But I see the reason
5'10"
why
no kids.
you would change because things that you just want bad press. Like,
Can I say
all
one
right,
thing?
being
Unnecessary bad
your
press.
company associated with Hitler, it's like, all right, you know what? Just get out of here. All right, I don't want that
Let's
shit.
see
I mean, can I say one thing?
The
though?
internet is a place.
He's not the only one that wore his mustache like that. Charlie Chaplin had his mustache like
That's
that.
true, but
So
Hitler
why
owns.
couldn't it have been Charlie Chaplin?
Hitler owns.
Magic, bro. You order something, shows the fuck up. I don't know.
Hey, hold on a second. We all know that Hitler owns that mustache.
I ain't never-
Charlie Chaplin had it, but
I
it
don't
is
know what
it
Charlie
is.
Chaplin looks like. I ain't
We
gonna lie to y'all.
canceled Hitler in World War
Yeah, I
II.
don't know what he looks like.
That's the
Cancel
original
everybody.
movie
Cancel
star,
that bitch.
bro.
I'll buy
Yeah,
another one.
Oh,
I'm off
Next
on that
topic.
Fuck.
Hey, this is good talks though.
Hey,
Oh shit, who's that?
that's Charlie Chaplin.
What movie he in?
That's what I did. That's what I was doing to my phone when we was talking about it. I said, no, that looks like somebody.
Look at that.
What movie is that from?
Hey, so the thing about it, the
Say, what movie is that
1920s,
from?
the 1920s and 30s, it was a style, like how the fade or the curls is for us as a culture.
I do say the new one looks better though because it's like a folded like little piece of paper.
What's the blue represent?
Yeah, I don't even get the
It's the
ribbon.
tape.
Nothing.
It's a
And
tape
they
on the
dark
package.
in the background.
I ain't never seen my taper on the I said taper. Paper on the damn package. It's
Oh,
not
you
tapered
wild
like
out.
that.
I
Wave
never
check.
paid attention to it.
It looks more.
I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get this package real quick. I'm looking at.
Who
Oh,
are these 100,000 people?
Hey,
That's just for
hey.
reference.
It's just number you brought up. We're good to
100,000
go.
customers.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Let's
get to
Either
that.
way,
That's
either way, social media power
Influenced.
it does a lot. Sometimes good. Sometimes you take Aunt Jemima over syrup bottles. I mean, it is what it is. Let's go to Texas being open.
Ooh, we
all feel with this. Let me just give you just a little background. So Texas government is open about its decision to end the mask mandate. Stressing it still urges residents to take precautions, but Texas no longer need the government running their lives. On March 10th, in a couple of days here, Texas mask order will end and business open at 100% capacity. There's no mask mandate. You can do as you please. With that also said, if you don't want to go out, and if you want to wear a mask, you can also do that too as well. The governor's made everything completely open for the state of Texas. Miko, you've had experience with the state of Texas. I was there with you too as well. Let's go with you first. What are your thoughts on this news? And is this an example, one way or another, for the rest of the U.S.?
Listen, this is irresponsible, honestly. Coming from Texas a couple months ago for a work trip and contracting COVID from the state of Texas. And at the time, Texas had about a case of 1 million infections, I think. Was it about 1 million? You might fact check me on that. But irresponsible. Governor Abbott really needs to look at the science as to where we are still at with this pandemic and judge it based off of, okay, how many people are still dying within my state? How many people are still getting infected by my state? How many people are still in the hospital in this state? You know what I mean? Maybe he has some science or some data that I don't have. That's definitely possible, but it's not the right time. Once your cases of vaccinations are happening where they should be, okay, I'll agree with you 100,000%, but they're not there. I don't see the data for that. It's fucking irresponsible. I'm sorry. I got a little personal with that because
No, I feel you.
yeah, I was on death's door with COVID a couple months ago, and it's just yo, y'all need to do better with this.
Now, I will give you the numbers since you asked for them. Let's say we got back January 15th. 16th. Okay, so God,
Took a week
get
off
over
of
here. Yeah, it was 18,000 new cases that day. Average was roughly 20,000. Now you're looking at 7,500 cases, new cases every day, and a 7-day average of 7,002 as well. So it's definitely trending down.
It's trending down, good, but
and it's trending down across the United States too as well.
Is that because of vaccinations, or are people being better about wearing masks? Because I'm quite sure, judging on for what I saw while we were down there, people weren't wearing masks down there.
You're right.
So
the United States is down. I mean, from January 10th, we had about 220,000 cases a day. Average day was 7-day was 250 K. Now today, as of March 4th, 67,000 new cases. Average day 7 days 62,000.
And that's good.
So
Beautiful.
And it's part of the people getting vaccinated too as well. Mm-hmm. Go Couch. What do you think about Texas open up? Is it a good thing or bad thing?
Oh, because my kids live there.
I ain't saying nothing about it.
Okay.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was minding my business.
First off, I don't agree, and it bothered me. Then I talked to my son, and his mama, she alright. Yeah, we ain't moving around. We ain't doing nothing. Cool. Honestly, this is an experiment. So if Texas does this, and we'll wait a couple weeks and see what happens, it's gonna trend one way or the other. We know this. Also, I don't believe Texas did this just because they're tired of it. What's happening right now? Spring break. How much money? Spring break. It's coming. No, my kids start spring break now. They don't go on
for the college kids. So I was talking.
But the college kids, they already kind of happened. But at the same time, they're all going to school from
Corpus
home.
Christi.
Most of them going to school online. So Corpus Christi about to get lit. They made what? I don't remember the number. I think it was they made $30 million off spring break.
For sure. Yeah.
So you the only place open right now to go do stuff?
Florida.
It's a fucking money move. Not
people
Florida ain't open like this is open. This is 100%.
No, Florida open.
I mean, I've been there. Yeah,
Florida ever
Florida.
closed.
Yeah, I don't think Florida ever closed.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
But this right here, it's national news. Everybody now knows. Let's fly to Texas and party up, Corpus Christi, big college style.
That shit is selfish.
You're talking economics right now.
It's
It's
selfish.
economics. It's
Okay.
economics. And then like everybody got their stimmies. They about to go down there and
I
turn
didn't
up.
get mine, by the way.
Honestly, I'm looking at the cases. Florida was not as bad as a lot of other states.
Well,
at
Texas is
all.
huge compared to Florida.
But Florida's open pretty much the entire time.
Well, no, that,
Like,
I
this
mean,
is not
Florida's
bad.
top 3 in population.
Florida been wilding out though.
Yeah.
from-
yeah, I mean, but like,
since its inception.
I think.
I mean,
well, old people
Yeah.
stay in the house. Old people stay in the house in Texas. In
Fuck
Texas,
yeah.
sorry, not Texas. Old people stay in the house in
Kill COVID
Florida.
with a machete.
And Florida is, it may be a dark joke, but Florida is God's waiting room. That's where everybody
Don't do
goes
that. Don't do
to
that.
retire. I said dark joke.
Don't do that.
that's
dark
what
joke.
they say.
Crazy.
Dark joke. Don't come for me. But like, yeah, I'm honestly, I don't agree with it, but I am curious.
Dev, what you got?
Oh shit. He said gold couch. That was
Nah, go ahead.
all right. So
I'm going back and forth. I'm about
so
ping
look,
pong, baby.
ethically, man, I disagree. Right? I disagree because that's just a wild ass random move in the midst of everything for the governor to just kind of, 100%. You know, that's crazy to me given the circumstances where the nation as a whole. But it's Texas. Texas is just one of those places, just like Florida and just like Alaska and certain other parts of the country where it's like, we're going to do what we want to do regardless of public perception. So it fits Texas reputation, so it makes sense. Do I agree? Not necessarily, but I will say this. And me and Rick, we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, I made fun of COVID. We were making fun of it. Like, there's some bullshit. Man, they tripping, blah, 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 blah.
Weak
Because we were comparing it to, like, the flu. And how many people were dying of the flu. It was in the tens of millions versus COVID, which was relatively small at the time, right? So, keeping along that same trend, the comparison is unequivocal as far as flu deaths and COVID. But what we realize is this is something new. The potential for it to grow to a level as the flu is there because we know so little about it. So that's when I started saying, okay, you know what? Maybe we kind of need to look at this from a different perception, right? And I'm saying all that because even though to me, it's Texas. Do what you want. The number of deaths is minute compared to the flu. That perception doesn't make it right. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Doesn't mean that anyone that's looking at it from that perception is right. It's just still something that's still so new. Even after a year of experiencing this, we've just come out with a vaccine. Feel me? So it's like, it's one of those things like, is Texas kind of right? Maybe, but
wouldn't
the
say all
people. But I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, is Texas doing what they want to do in the grand scheme of being Texas?
Maybe they need people
They're
that's not
doing
6 feet within each other to fix their power grid.
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
not.
That's crazy.
But hold on.
That's crazy. He can't go to
I
Houston
kinda,
either.
I kind of disagree with the amount of deaths that have transpired between COVID and the flu, because on average a year, again, fact check me, like we're talking about the tens of thousands of people that have died from the flu versus 518,000 of people
Yeah.
Well,
who
hold on.
died
I think
from
COVID.
COVID
I think COVID had
within
way
the
higher than
past
flu.
12 months.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Are we talking about within the United States? Or
Within
we
the
talking about
United
globally?
States.
Within the U.S.
You- United
So can we
States.
get a fact checked on that?
That's what I'm
Because-
saying. Like,
Yeah,
just making sure
let's
that
get
I'm
the
on.
numbers.
Give me the
on-
numbers again. Give me the numbers again.
So
Flu versus
between
COVID.
we're talking about tens of thousands for the flu versus 518,000.
But
Yeah.
to your point, though, which is why I say Texas
For a
is
year.
wrong, is that if it is higher for COVID versus the flu in the United States, what does that speak to? that speaks to yearly vaccinations for the flu. That's all across the states. That's a requirement, right? To get flu vaccination.
For military, yes.
For military,
Well,
I have friends that have never gotten a flu vaccine.
See, that's
So,
tough.
real
Yeah.
quick,
That's crazy
real quick.
as military people. That's
This
crazy
is-
to me.
Yeah.
This is I don't have actual raw numbers in front of me that I could actually rely on, but I will quote this article from USA Today. Record low flu cases show how COVID-19 is more contagious and less forgiving, experts say.
It is.
Now, with that being said, some of the symptoms of the flu are similar to some of the symptoms of COVID. And there's been a lot of people that I've talked to firsthand in the hospital said that, I've had flu-like symptoms, but they just called it COVID because they didn't really know how to categorize it at the
Exactly.
time. So I couldn't really give you accurate numbers, even though they were in front of me.
That's
And
like
that's-
the toughest
And that's
part.
just me,
And that's-
myself talking, but I'm sure that other people have the same story.
But no, my granddad, so back when it all jumped off at the end of last year, when everything kind of shut down, right? My granddad was in the hospital for about 5 days, and they called it the flu, right? But my granddad's 70 plus, in that range. So it was flu. But because they didn't have the knowledge, it possibly could have been COVID. But they just didn't know at the time. So looking back, he's like, I might have had COVID. So if you take into consideration the amount of people that might have been diagnosed with the flu, okay, the numbers possibly could have rise. That's where I'm like, you know what? Cool. I get it. Because we just didn't know at the time. But am I going to hold a gun to Texas' head and say, yo, y'all effing up right now? No. But conservatively, I will say, yo, it's not necessarily the time to go balls to the wall, 100% on all this shit. Nah, y'all wildin'.
Doobie, finish up for this one.
This is my thing, right?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do
damn,
your
okay.
thing.
My bad.
Go
Look,
ahead.
COVID affects
Now,
people.
call your own shots, baby.
No, listen. No, and I'm speaking from experience here.
He in the corner already.
Hand raised.
Yeah.
COVID affects people differently. All right. For me, that shit was brutal. All right. For other people, like
How old
one
are
of
you,
our-
Akeem? Pretty good health, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
healthy, and I would have never thought that COVID would affect me the way it did. Like for other people,
Debo.
somebody got COVID twice already and was like, the first time it was allergies, the second time it hit them full blown. For me, last year I think I might have gotten COVID like around this or January time frame. I had temperatures of 103, 104 degrees. I was on death's door. All right, it felt like COVID, like how I had it this year, and I don't want anyone to feel what I have felt.
Especially at 60, 70 years old.
Yeah, at that point.
Right, exactly. I'm thinking about my grandparents the entire time. I just lost my grandfather, all right? And it wasn't COVID, but at the same time I think about my grandmother, I'm like, yo, I try to be as cognizant of I can around her, making sure that I'm not in any proximity to where I can get her sick.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about other people when it comes to having this pandemic and Texas just being as brazen as it is. Look, think about your grandmother, your grandfather, your father, your mother, your family members that have immunodeficiencies that can affect them. Think about that. There's a lot of people that exist in Texas with that problem. That's what I'm talking about. And they're not there yet. We're not there yet as a country to discard that.
I agree with you from like a personal place for sure. I can definitely agree with that sentiment 100%. What I really am curious of is, did Texas walk this down? Did they go from a phase 3 to a phase 2? Then we're at phase 1, and that's okay. Phase 1's been all right. Let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what happens. Again, this is going to be maybe out of pocket for saying this, but Texas and Florida, if there was any state to see what's going to go down, it would be those two, right?
They're different, bro.
They had the
built
most
different.
cases out of any other state, though.
But New York,
built
New York was tied down, and New York was hit hard too. And New York is,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, we got some Kumo's coming up. We got some investigations going on. You know, it's
my
kind of tight.
investigators on it.
So all I'm getting at is somebody's gonna have to wade in this water eventually. And if anyone's going to do it, I'm not saying it should be, but Texas raised their hand. They said, we got it. Florida raised their hand, said they got it.
Very true.
The science, we'll see on the science. Did they walk it down responsibly? Is this an economic thing? Because Florida, you got Disneyland, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens.
People are already there.
Make their money trying to do their thing. There's a lot of old people in Florida, as Manny said.
That's the retirement state.
Yeah, let's see how it pans out, and maybe we can learn some things from Texas. Maybe we can learn some things from Florida. I'm not saying they're right, but eventually we're gonna have to do this.
Cash rules everything around me.
And also, before I pass off to Nick, welcome to the podcast, Nick.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Thank
Round
you
a
for
little
having
round
me
of
on the
applause.
casting couch for a little bit,
Yeah, he was over there working hard. Yeah.
Keem got the camera footage. OnlyFans coming out March 17th.
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day. Be ready. I got my leprechaun going. All right.
Yo, links in the
little
description below.
Hey, you already on the mic. Just talk
Got the
yours.
gold buckles going. All right. I guess my perspective is this, right? Like, I think you look at the past year, right? So I got out the military and then I moved in with my parents, right? And I thought I was going to move out initially, and then COVID hit. So I ended up staying with my parents for a whole year. My parents are in their late 50s, early 60s, right? And so my initial reaction is, hey, same with you. I was like, I got to protect them. Like, I can't be going out. I can't wild out. I just got to stay my ass at home, right? I can't be doing nothing crazy. I didn't go party. I didn't go do nothing. I mean, I went to the gym from here and there, but I really tried to socially distance, right? But I think at the same time we look at 2020 and they said, hey, stay home until we have a vaccine, right? Stay home until we have a vaccine. And then we got a vaccine. The vaccine came out
3 of them.
2-3 months ago, and it's like I understand your perspective because, like, I get, like, you had a rough deal with COVID, right? You said, I mean, and some, like you said, some people have it terrible. Some people cough, and they move on the next day, right? And so I understand, like, you're like, hey, I had it. I had the worst case of it. I don't want no one else to have it, right? And I can get that. I can empathize with that. But at the same point, like, we have to eventually open back up, right? Go ahead.
And this is the thing, all right? Yes, we have the vaccinations, but there are going to be some of those people that are, skeptical of the vaccinations. Yeah. I'm not saying that the people
Who has it in this room? Who has the vaccines?
I don't.
I ain't getting that shit.
I don't, it's not.
So,
Y'all vaccinated?
Are
Y'all
we 0
vaccinated?
for 5?
I haven't got it yet.
We are 0
And
for 5.
it has nothing to do with skepticism or anything like
okay.
that. It's just that I literally had it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So
I can't get it because of my my
I did
immune
test
system.
negative today too, as well, for the record.
Good for you. Hey.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God. But for real though, like, there's a lot of skepticism of the vaccination because of it just coming on the scene. Like,
They moved it quick.
But
I'm kind of one of those people.
and that's fine. I was one of those same people, but I spoke to one of my virologists who I've known for 20 plus years, and they're saying, look, we've had the science, we've had the data since SARS, because COVID is a variant of SARS.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's safe. We've had this data. We've been studying this for so long. Yes, this is I'm getting it tomorrow. Like, from her perspective, I'm like, okay, good. I feel comfortable to take the vaccination as soon as April comes around and I'm able to take it. I'm getting it.
Okay. Bet.
Now, I want to move on from here because we could be on COVID all night.
Yeah. Cool.
But you mentioned her perspective.
Yes.
Let's talk about Governor Cuomo. Let's talk about her perspective. Let's talk about her perspective.
Shout out to our new member on the casting couch.
Hey, new casting couch dude. What up?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. He took my spot.
Yes,
We
sir.
Hey, how we go from Governor Cuomo? You talking to casting couch right after
It's the
that?
same conversation.
It is. He not wrong.
Very related.
It's the same
He not
conversation.
Como had the ball. The casting.
Damn. No,
The Como couch.
The Como. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's crazy.
Whose man is this? Who brought this man here?
You did. You said you ain't cut.
You walk in the BNY doors. Whatever happens. So Kumo, actually I lost my article, but I'll bring it back. Kumo, so recently he's been through a whole lot of hot water. We know about the nursing homes too as well. Miko, he will talk about that part too.
She was fucked up.
But also there's a lady named Charlotte Bennett, pretty much accused him of sexual harassment. Said that she pretty much felt that she was groomed for sex with this man. Kumo said that he was lonely, how you like having sex with older men. I'm pretty much trying to get it in. There's other accusers too as well. I don't know if you saw the picture this week. He had the hands on one of his staffers' face, trying to ask for a kiss. Joe Namath, Monday Night Football style.
God,
Like
damn.
also
well,
two
Hollywood
Hollywood dudes
Joe,
just
is
throwing
it?
it out there. They ain't saying nothing but hey.
Ain't got no
Kumo.
rings.
And the thing is that Kumo, he's not married. It doesn't really matter or not. But the thing is that he's refused to resign. Now I'm gonna go couch. Actually, we'll go back to go couch. What do y'all think? I'll go with newbie first too, so I'm going with you first all night. What do you think about this whole entire situation with the governor?
Shout out to my man Marcus Winters. First of all, his take on it was really good. I really think that when you have situations like this, and I saw this in the BNY chat as well, it is important to kind of let your legal situation transpire.
Always.
With that being said, how you handle your situation prior to the legal proceedings being finished and done with, that does matter. I'll put it to you, Frank. If I went to the grocery store right now and some girl said I grabbed her, you know what I mean? If I didn't do it, let's just see what happened. I'd say, hey, let's check the tapes. Let's see what's going on. I didn't do it. Let's let this legal thing proceed out and let's figure this out. That would be personally my take on it. I personally wouldn't say I'm sorry if I didn't do something. Now, I think he put out didn't he put out some type of an apology?
He put out like a statement.
Yeah. What did that statement
It
say?
was more so sorry how it affected everyone.
He gave like a Dr. Dre statement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all those that are hurt in the past.
Yeah.
I sorry
That
I
don't
said
sound
anything
good.
that offended you.
Yeah.
That don't
Yeah,
sound
exactly.
good.
I'm sorry if you're sorry.
That's not, and how you handle it. That's where I'm kind of like, I'm not saying he should resign or he shouldn't. I'm saying in terms of the Democratic Party.
And he could have ran for. I mean, he during COVID,
You're talking about
the man was.
presidency.
Then he win like an Emmy for for all this press conferences, which by itself is wild in itself.
Yeah.
That's a whole different conversation.
You're doing
But
your job.
but the thing is that was
Might be
that
another Macklemore
But the thing is
situation
that the man he looked, I guess you could say, presidential when during the crisis. Like he was in front of the cameras every day, talking to the people, stern voice.
That's his job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said,
He ain't running now. I'll
how
tell you
you,
that.
how you handle it matters, and it didn't look like he's handling it too good right now. That's just my take. You just gotta, like, if you want to do it legal, plead the fifth and let it play. I think Morgan Freeman last year got caught up in some stuff, and that got
Last
But you
year?
didn't- yeah,
For a couple of years.
Morgan Freeman.
It was a couple years
years.
ago.
Damn.
But it got I'm not gonna say it got swept under the rug, but he let it play out legally, and he was just in Coming to America too. Everything worked out.
I suddenly see that.
I didn't know that.
Keep it on the go couch.
Okay.
know that?
Spoiler alert.
I think there's two. I got two different problems with Cuomo. Right. One, I think the problem is like you look like his brother has a nationally televised show on CNN, and that is a massive conflict of interest, right? We look at other countries and we say, oh man, look at the propaganda, look at all these how the political elite control the media, right? We look at North Korea and all these other countries and how, but at the same time, you got a governor on the news with his brother talking about mom's lasagna and everything, and making it look choppy and making it look fun and everything. Oh, look
So
at
did they talk about that?
The giant Q-tip.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I saw him saying they would cover. it.
No. His brother didn't cover it.
His
Oh,
brother
wow.
said he wouldn't cover.
His brother refuses to cover it.
His brother said he wouldn't cover that, but all the other stuff, like the fun stuff.
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying,
That's a
bro.
damn
So
shame.
it's upsetting, right? So and then on the different tip, this is weirdly not in defense of Cuomo, right? But like we have to look at this, right? There's a lot of conversation around like power dynamics and power dynamics in relationships and how people talk to each other, and so here's a question. Here's a real question. Who can Governor Cuomo ask to fuck? Who can he fuck?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Listen, listen to me. Who can he ask to fuck? Because if you're gonna say, oh, he tried to groom me, he came on to me, he didn't say, hey, what's going on with you? Can he not shoot a shot?
But not with his staffers, though.
Not with his staffers. Don't fuck your staffers. Don't fuck. This is my rule.
That's the whole
I don't fuck
problem.
nobody you work with. Don't fuck nobody you work with. Don't fuck nobody you work with. Don't fuck no. But listen, if we're gonna continue to talk about this, is the real conversation we have. Who are you allowed to fuck? Who are you? Who can you? If you're a man, if you're a governor, who can you shoot? If you're a single 60-year-old governor, who can you shoot a shot at?
Here
And
you
it's
go,
not
here you go,
weird.
Here you go. Here's how you do it.
Okay, go for it. You're a 60-year-old. You're 60-year-old Andrew Cuomo. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna make it up.
Go ahead.
Madison. Hey, how you doing? Would you like to go out and get some drinks or something like that? Would you like to go watch a movie? You got a
He
court.
came on to me.
You can't say
He didn't say
you
that.
trying to
so
come in this
stop.
office and then hit a button and lock the door.
This is not
like you can't do that.
That's a question I
That's
have.
what was said.
Staffers, though.
I
It's
want
how
to
you
know.
do it. It's how you do it.
This
And
is- this-
apparently he did it
No.
wrong.
This is
apparently he
I'll
did it
read
wrong.
The,
Go
the,
for it,
the
go for it,
woman's
go for it.
name is Charlotte Burnett.
So
This is
she
one of the
works. She
accusers.
works for him.
She worked for him. She's
Okay.
25 years old. Como 67.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm not saying that you can't find love anywhere, but
42. That's a
Yeah.
42-year-old age difference.
yeah,
That's
look
big.
at this man with the quick math. Love it.
And that was quick
She
math.
said,
Quick
hey,
maths.
hey, I thought he's trying to sleep with me. The government's trying to sleep with me, and I'm deeply uncomfortable and have to get out of this room as soon as possible. Bennett asked what made her think Kumo was trying to sleep with her. Without explicitly saying it, he implied to me that I'm old enough for him, and he was lonely.
That's wrong.
He explains at this point he's looking for a girlfriend, he's lonely, and he's tired. He asked if I had trouble being with somebody because of my past trauma. Explained she had
He shot
a
a Paul
previous
George off the side of the backboard.
yeah, a previous yeah.
All right. Listen. All right. So Andrew Cuomo has no game. That's what the issue really
He
is. He has no
sounds like-
game.
Stafford, though.
He sound like any other man of his age on Tinder.
That's what they sound like.
What is that? Why is that an
But Tinder
excuse
is
though?
you went to Tinder for that.
Oh, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
That's
They're creeps. They're weird.
not at work.
It's even worse. So
You can't do that at work.
So
This
think
man,
about-
this man,
Think
man
of
be getting passes all night.
Yes.
Damn.
Dr. Seuss ain't racist.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So
It's free, baby.
hey, man,
children's
I'm gonna
book,
lose my
goddammit.
thought, man. Y'all know I can't.
The
I don't
term
remember.
camps was just children's illustrations. All right, okay. Sorry, go ahead, baby. I'm like,
You
let
trying to get me canceled? I ain't even saying that shit. Anyways,
This man is the gold couch. Go on.
right at home. So when I said that, like the average. So you're talking single white male in his 60s, right?
Yeah.
How many of those
know-
are there?
Oh, well, not that many, but they're weird. I mean, actually, technically,
There's a lot.
Technically,
Millions.
So technically, there's a lot,
A lot.
but more than half of them are married, and they just don't realize it yet. But it's,
Wait, what?
they
Or they're
married,
single and they don't know it
married
yet.
and they
Either
do what
way.
they want to do, and they approach women because they think they're men of power.
Okay, I got you.
So, like, if he would, I'm not surprised that a man his caliber came on to a woman like that. Like, even in my single past talking to women, they all have a story, and I'm upset that like there's not a woman in here to speak for this. But every woman, even if it's go past like his demographic racially, every woman I promise you, can tell you about some older dude that was a fucking creep. And then like not even, and he could have been very prominent, could have money. Where do you think sugar babies came from?
See, I'm with you. Right?
I mean, I'm not saying
No,
that,
I'm with you.
but I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay. But then there's a smaller group of people that allow it, men and women.
Okay, but here.
So you're normalizing it.
I have to because I want to be specific, but I don't want to get canceled.
but
I don't
again,
wanna- Go coach. You good
but-
right now.
but here's
Nick, you be talking for a minute. I
sorry,
go to my man
sorry,
Nico.
go.
Yeah, Mika, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mika.
He is the governor of New York.
Saying, dude.
Do not fuck your staffers.
Well said.
You look.
Well said,
We
O'Keefe.
just had somebody in office of the president of the United States allegedly
1 of 50.
with sexual allegations for 18 different women.
Yeah.
And you are putting yourself out there throughout his tenure, throughout Donald Trump's tenure of sexual misconduct. You're going to commit the same shit because you're Democrat. You're like,
You don't think they all do it, and he's the one
no,
that
of
caught?
course, no. I'm
They
saying
all-
if
let's
you're
hold them
trying
all
to be the
accountable.
It's
best,
not. The thing is not an excuse though.
it's not an excuse.
not an
You're trying to be the bigger
It's not an
fucking man.
excuse.
You're trying to be the bigger man.
I'm just saying.
Why go through that with your own fucking staffer?
All I'm saying, it's not okay, but rich white people with power, it happens every day, B.
Okay, that doesn't make it right.
It's not
not
right.
right.
It's not right.
Nah, I mean, I
He
think.
fucked up.
Hey, I think O'Keefe killed it. Like I said, I think at one, it's hypocritical because he was very critical of Trump doing all this
Thank
shit.
you.
Was he not?
Yeah.
True. Very
So
true.
that's one.
That's the game they play.
The game is wrong. Let's stop doing it.
Hold a second.
That's why I said he
Hold
did
a
it.
second. Hold a second. Hey, Dev, hop on the mic real quick.
Hey,
switch
I'm
up,
passing off.
switch
I'm
up.
passing off.
No, hold on a second. You stay on the red couch.
Yeah, you see
Hop
I'm
on the
ready.
gold couch.
Pass off.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm about to get canceled on here.
His OnlyFans is still available, ladies. 5'10". Would you say 5'10" for the OnlyFans link?
He said 5 no kids.
Listen. Give me extra inch. Give me 5'11". All right.
That's the inside joke we gonna tell y'all about after the on B-side.
Never mind the fact that we playing
right.
motherfucking music
So you
with
over there-
kids right now.
you
bro.
over
I'm
there
over
talking.
there going off right now.
Hey, y'all keep going off for piss breaks. I come back sit where you sit.
Now
I'm saying here in a minute.
Oh, hold a second. So let's get the Dev real quick.
Yo, this
So
is
you
crazy
said
to
that
me.
Kumo was just shooting his shot. That's all it
Look.
was.
Ricky
Come
about
on,
he
bro.
about to in your ass.
And he bricked that
It's
shit.
not even about enemy, bro. I'm strictly speaking on as far as what people, the norm. And it's not necessarily saying that the norm is right or wrong.
Now, before you begin one more word, I just want to ask you a question. You plan on running for political office one day?
We talked about this last week.
All right, bro. Like, look.
I'm just asking the question.
Hold on.
He already started off.
No. Here's the thing, though. There's not a woman alive that can ever say I sent her a dick pic.
No, I ain't asked that.
No.
I didn't ask that question.
No. Because in context, though, it has to be understood. What these people are getting wrapped up for is what the public perceives as wrong.
She accused him. The public accused her.
Hey, hold
She
on.
did. A
The
staffer.
public,
I believe her.
meaning people outside of himself. The public. It could be anyone. Anyone. I could say he sent me a motherfucking dick
No,
pic.
you can't.
But I'm talking about.
Governor.
That's what I mean. No. What I'm saying is that's what I mean by the public.
Trade.
Okay. So yes, it's a certain
That's
individual that accused them of this, right? Cool. I'm not going to discredit her experience. That's not what we're talking about right now. But as people have brought up right now on these two couches, yo, we're talking about a 60-year-old individual who claims he's lonely, who's in a position of power. Has it not happened before? And if y'all going to sit here and tell me that every instance of someone shooting their shot in a certain fashion is wrong, y'all are lying.
You don't fuck your subordinates.
Wow.
Bro,
You don't do it as a governor of a state.
Hold on.
Why is that hard
hold on.
to
See,
comprehend?
so, no.
Hey, Ricky,
Y'all saying
Ricky, am I
don't.
safe now
Y'all,
because he's off the. I ain't going that way.
If he
Y'all
was the
saying-
governor, it would be one thing, but
Hold-
he's the
hold on.
governor.
Exactly. Hold on. So you're telling me right now
It's
that
wrong
there's
all
a
around.
difference. There's a difference between a governor and another multimillionaire. That's if you perceive it to be wrong. You're telling me that because he's a governor, but I, as a multimillionaire, it's okay for me?
It's wrong for
It's
both.
wrong.
No. Because his argument was he's a governor. That's why it's wrong.
His
He holds a
argument also
public
is-
office.
it was-
He holds
no,
a
it was-
public office.
So as a multimillionaire, I can
That's
do
different. That's
No,
different.
No,
it.
it's not.
So can
No,
I
no,
do
multimillionaire
it?
doing what? Like fucking your subordinates? What are you talking about?
There's a different definitions of
So
multimillionaire.
can
Y'all saying your
I
own
do
shit.
it, Nico? Can I do it?
It
no.
depends.
What context are you talking
No.
about?
That's what I'm
Bro.
saying.
As a
Context.
Doing
multi-millionaire,
what?
Doing what?
I'm sending dick
On
pics or
vacation?
whatever.
Or your
whatever.
secretary?
So I get it. I
Whatever.
So your
So
staff is a
what-
multimillionaire or governor, you're wrong. That's what I'm
that's
saying.
If you're
all I'm
holding public
saying.
office, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong all around.
You're wrong all around.
If you work
That's what
at
I'm saying.
7-Eleven, you're wrong.
You no 7-Eleven. This
Come
is what
on,
I'm
bro,
Let me
like,
finish,
that's
let me
what I'm
finish.
saying.
Let me get it.
Okay.
If you're the manager at 7-Eleven and a new cashier comes in and your opening line, it's how you do it. If your opening line is,
But you
I'm
gotta
70,
cancel too. You gotta
I've been working at this place for this long. You like this job?
You gonna keep
Okay.
it?
You want
Sounds
to keep
wrong
it?
to me.
You wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wrong. Yes.
That's
all
what I'm
wrong.
saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
all wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all wrong. But if we're gonna kind of distinguish, I'm not saying he's wrong. I don't even know if he sent dick pics. I'm just saying like
That wasn't reported.
it wasn't.
That's Anthony
I just threw that
Weiner.
out there
Anthony
because that's the most inflammatory thing to throw out there because that's usually what they kind of get caught up for.
Shout out to Brett Favre.
It's just like, yo, before the whole internet age, before this whole era, that's kind of like they would be, whether it was subordinates, whether it was someone that kind of worked in their circle or someone that they know. Look, 70-year-old men hooking up with 25-year-olds was never a problem. Do we always
How do you know that?
Come on, bro. So you've never heard of an 80-year-old man
It wasn't a
marrying?
problem?
marrying a 20-year-old.
No,
Did they work
marrying?
for him?
Yeah, but was she married for?
That's
For the
what
money?
I said. We don't always know the circumstances surrounding a
But we know the circumstances around this one.
This is an
Let's
unknown
look at Hugh
unknown.
Hefner.
This is an unknown unknown from the Boondocks.
Okay.
You can't
So
get
let's
mad
look
about
at
an
Hugh
unknown
Hefner
unknown.
though. How many people have stood on the mountaintop claiming that Hugh Hefner?
You can't say
and the
mountaintop. That's the MLK reference.
I'm saying, bro,
Back.
how many people have canceled or tried to cancel Hugh Hefner, and he had multiple Playboy bunnies as his wife?
But the
how
thing,
do
the
you
big difference
think?
was
They
No,
chose
Hugh
him.
Hefner
bro,
was consensual.
You're drawing.
This wasn't consensual.
You don't know it was consensual.
She said herself.
Why?
Why? What? She
Why?
wanted.
What did she stand to gain?
Money.
What? That she didn't want
That's
to be
what I'm
sexually
saying. I'm not
harassed?
saying no.
Compensation.
What are you
Understand,
talking about
understand what I'm saying, bro.
Hold on,
Understand.
hold on. You said Hugh Hefner.
There's two
If you're gonna
sides.
talk about
to-
Hugh Hefner,
There's-
I want to zone in on that one.
There's a
Quickly, we're back on
There's
Kumo.
two.
yeah, go
There's
ahead.
two sides to every story. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying Cuomo is wrong. I'm not saying he's right. But what we have learned in the past, in the past 3 years or so, with Cosby, with a lot of these people that's kind of come up as being older individuals, as far as the women in their past, sometimes there's been people that's just been out for the money grab. Am I right or wrong?
That's true.
Does not exist.
out
Doesn't
for the
change.
money
I'm not
doesn't
saying-
doesn't change the
Not
course
saying
of the
that
investigation.
No,
though.
I'm not
That's
saying
true.
That is
no,
the
That's
topic.
true.
But
that
I
is
agree
the
with
topic.
that.
No, but exactly. I'm staying on topic. What I'm saying is
Harvey Weinstein.
we have to kind of step back, and before we bury him, because we don't know what's going to, because what if it comes out? Because the investigation.
I can literally say, not my mayor.
And
No, Dev has a point here. I like where he's going at.
No, you're right.
You,
You're right.
I like where
the
he's going at. I like where he's
investigation's
going
not
at.
done. So what if it comes out a month from now that they had an extensive text message chain exchange between them, and at some point, with them exchanging stuff, he sent her. Again, this is for the, inflammatory reasons. He sent her a dick pic, and at that point, she's like, "Whoa, wait a minute, I don't like this." But before then, she was like, "Yo, Governor Cuomo, for a 60-year-old man, yo, you're quite handsome."
But nobody
That
said
doesn't mean dick pic.
Nobody said.
I'm not
This is
saying.
all
No, I got you.
I know what
It's
you
all
mean.
speculation.
I know-
What I'm saying
yeah,
is,
yeah.
let's
Rule
wait.
number one.
Let's wait for it all to come out
Exactly.
before we bury Cuomo, because we don't know
How
the
many different
entire
ways I think
story.
Everyone's
But
here
with
for due
that,
process,
it's
though.
just all of
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
just
we
bad
already said that.
optics.
We already said
Bad
It is.
fucking
It is.
optics.
It
And not
is.
to mention-
Especially a man
And
in power.
even then, if all of that evidence comes out where he is not in the wrong,
Would it still look
he's
bad
still
for
buried.
him?
He's still buried. He's
But why?
I don't think
it's
so.
because
I don't
of
think so.
public opinion.
I don't think
crazy.
so.
Anything
No,
that
I'm with
is
you on that
out.
one. I'm with you on that one.
But hold on a second.
Let the due process take.
Exactly.
It's not a good
Exactly.
look. It ain't a good look, and you could do better. Marcus Winters,
Listen.
as you said, if you know better, do better. That's going to be the thing going.
You don't know about it.
However, let the man get a due process. He fucked up with his response, in my opinion. It wasn't cute.
It was no.
It was a horrible apology.
It was a
Whatever that
horrible
apology
apology.
was.
It wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
More-
let's look. Even if he comes out exonerated from this whole entire thing, let's take a look at the next election cycle.
He won't
for
be
him.
in it.
He's not going.
He won't be in the running.
That's gonna fuck his chances.
That
So-
fucks me up
so-
too, though. But
Before-
I ain't gonna get on that.
Oh,
I ain't
No,
gonna
wait,
get
no,
on
wait.
Be
Before,
quiet.
before,
that bothers me too.
Hey,
Before
real quick,
Yeah.
we're wrapping this one
yeah,
up.
yeah, can I say one thing before we move
Hurry
on?
up. Yeah, go
So,
deep
like,
in.
I do understand what you're saying. There's a 10% chance that he could have been set up for political reasons, because when he was going in on
It
COVID and all that
happens.
stuff, they were like saying, "Hey, this man could be president," and I'm just going and there's a 10% rule for that, in my opinion. But that's all I got to say about that. We can move on.
Of course,
There
we always do in this podcast that we let due process play itself out. We always do that. That goes without being said. But we have pictures on your hands of a woman, and you got a lot of multiple accusers. We have to at least take a look at it and ask the question.
I got a
true.
B-side argument for that.
True. Ooh.
It was staged.
Pictures. Ooh.
Against pictures?
It's tough.
It's a whole conversation.
Come on.
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair
That's
enough,
why I
fair
said
enough.
the B-side.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Y'all
Photoshop.
defend Kumo. Y'all defend Dr. Seuss. Defend Dan Snyder next.
No, he's an
Damn
idiot.
shame.
That's your boy. We don't give a fuck about that. We don't fuck
That's
with
a
him.
damn.
I already
shame.
said many times podcast. I do not fuck with Dan Snyder, the Washington football team owner.
He runs your football team.
Yeah, all right.
He
Ron
owns.
Rivera runs my football team.
Wait, no.
not Dan Snyder.
Ron Rivera is the coach.
Let me-
He doesn't
exactly.
run the organization.
Hey, my eyes.
Hey,
Hey, let me introduce a topic. Let's go from there.
all right.
So Washington football team will not have cheerleaders in 2021, but will add a co-ed dance squad. Now, before we say anything else, before I even read this topic from USA Today, let me give a little background just from my own personal. Dan Snyder has ran a very terrible business for the past 25 years.
The Deadskins.
Exactly. Of course, yeah, I saw recently the name change from the Redskins to the football team. We've all saw that. But before that, they had a lot more problems. The cheerleaders, every cheerleader team, they take like swimsuit pictures for the calendar and whatnot. A lot of executives that went down there. There's a lot of harassment from top level executives around the age of around the age of 50, 60s. Kumos, as you could say. For this
Crazy.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some Weinsteins.
Some Weinsteins.
Some old creepies.
No.
Some
Come
old
on,
creepies.
bro.
Some old creepies. Just
on.
based on
Weinstein was
allegations.
convicted. Weinstein was convicted, so that's
But
why his name
what?
in there.
That was
No, so we ain't talking
Y'all
about
got it,
Weinstein. Let's
y'all
go
got
back
it,
to the football team. The
We're
thing is
gonna
that,
keep moving.
but the thing is that this kind of a trend here, though, that you have these old rich men using their power and influence to get these women that are working. Like a cheerleading job doesn't pay very well. It's not a career job.
$50,000 a year or something.
No,
like that.
it's not even that much.
Is
It's
it?
like
Nah,
the
it's not
30.
that much.
It's like 30, bro.
Hey, Mike,
okay.
hey, Newbie, look that up for me. Cheerleaders position. Position.
I'm gonna look
salary.
up that, and I do want to say I feel like I saw something in the news in regards to like their calendar shoot, as far as like they have moments where the camera should be rolling, and there are moments when they shouldn't. And of course, for some of these shots, there's gonna be a little bit showing. But as you're getting back dressed, maybe bending over to pull you, we
The
should be
camera's
taking
still
pictures
rolling.
of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And from what I think I saw, I could be wrong, but I heard that stuff was purposefully taken and given to upper levels of, and maybe that plays into how much you get paid. Maybe that plays to how long you were here.
Exactly. Larry Michael was the voice of Washington football for a very long time. Dev, you're familiar with the man too, as well as being in this area. Yeah. He was on TV, radio, all that. He was forced to retire last year. Now, it was announced at the time he just retired. We found out that he was actually forced to retire based off the things he was doing with these cheerleaders, as far as sexual harassment, trying to touch him. What's the salary? What we got?
My fault on the salary, but for sure, like their private parts were exposed, not to their.
And this is
knowledge.
all under Dan Snyder's house, and Dan Snyder denied a lot of these things, but reports are coming out that Dan Snyder had involvement with it. Now, as far as the report goes, that their response to all this was just get rid of the cheerleaders altogether and have a co-ed dance squad.
So the belief is to kind of mitigate the issue with the cheerleaders.
Just get rid of them.
We're going to get the dance squad.
The salary is a little more than $1,000 a season.
See, I knew it. Yeah, it's not much.
Wait, hold on. So you're telling
don't
me
get
they
paid
only
shit.
got paid fucking
Damn.
like $100
It's like-
a game?
For a
Less than
dancer,
that.
it's
Less.
60.
Think that's on the
But
so
how is
I actually know personally not a NFL cheerleader, but she's a cheerleader for the Rays and a couple of minor league teams too as well. It's one of my boy's girlfriends.
My
So
fault.
talking to her,
I'm seeing 75, so conflicting
Yeah.
reports.
a lot of it's for like resume building.
75,000?
Yeah, a year.
See,
75,000?
That's
Hey,
nice.
that's
A
cowboy shit.
That's better than WNBA.
Cowgirl.
money,
That,
but go
that
ahead.
can't be every single team.
Cowgirls.
It's not. It's done per hour. Shout out to the Falcons for throwing a lot of money in their facilities.
So USO tours, things like that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that works in
Yeah,
favor.
yeah,
So yeah, like I said, it depends. Like Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders,
But they're-
pop all
They're,
across
they're
the world.
probably at the upper echelon
Yeah, for
because
sure.
of the organization.
Cleveland Brown cheerleaders.
Just because Cowboys.
the
are-
Sorry about your luck.
The per match fees are $500. The per hour salary is $15 to $20, and the yearly earnings is averaging around
I'm not saying it's
$75K.
enough, but
Okay.
that's
interesting. I didn't realize it was
better
that
than
much. I
minimum
thought they got
wage.
paid nothing.
There's
That's pretty
not
good.
there's not enough to get harassed. We should say that.
No,
there's
No
not
one
enough.
is no amount
No
of
amount of
that. So yeah. So to pass off Red Couch first. You back on the Red Couch. How'd you get over there?
He passed the mic, man. I was just sorry.
Red Couch. Yeah, we're both on the Go Couch.
Damn, they done moved.
Holding it down.
Hey,
just
so
feeling
Red Couch. I give you out first. As far as them getting rid of the squad to alleviate the problems with their upper management when it came to the cheerleaders, what are your thoughts on that?
You want to go for me? All right.
Snuck in here. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I looked up. Niggas just sitting there.
yeah. My bad. I mean, so weirdly, it does fix the problem, right? Because like you don't have itty women to hit on, right? Like that, you limit that interaction, you limit the risk of someone, potentially harassing somebody. At the same time, the upper management didn't really learn their lesson, and that really is the issue. And I think that's what people are looking for, is some sort of knowledge that people have changed, or people figure out their ways, or people realize that they're wrong in some ways, right? Accountability, right? And I mean, to the Cuomo, I think this is different than the Cuomo thing, right? Because I think maybe it's not different than the Cuomo thing. It's not different than the Cuomo thing, right? You can use your position of power, you're using your influence to leverage your situation here, and you're really holding someone's job in your hands, and whether or not they like you in your hands, right? But at the same time, I think this fixes the situation, but it doesn't really fix the situation. It's not a real fix at all. Manny.
So, man, before you go, I just want to read a comment from the article.
Yeah.
This is what Washington said. Petra Pope, the club's newly hired senior advisor, says that we want to be more inclusive, so we're going to invite a co-ed entity to audition. We're able to do more things with the strength of a male and lift, so that's a challenge. So that's changed a great deal. The inclusive, the strength and interest of the choreographic. I can't say
choreographic.
There it is, right there.
There
Jesus Christ, that's changed.
Also,
demographic. I don't know.
Demographic.
She also said that all the cheerleaders' contracts have expired.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
But all the women are eligible to audition for the 2021 Dance Squad.
Disrespect.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
I just think it's real timely.
Yeah. It just happened. My contract
Thank you.
expired.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know your name was Manny.
Convenient.
It's super convenient.
Yeah.
It's Dan Snyder's house. The house is rotten. Dev, please go ahead and slam dunk that
Dan
shit.
Snyder
You
is
got a lot to
on his
say.
way out. We all know this, right?
He's not.
No, he ain't.
That
He ain't
well,
going nowhere.
No. He's not out.
Is he done?
But what I would say, he's on his way.
You think he's about to get Lakered, like the dude from the Lakers?
You mean the Clippers?
The Clippers.
Clippers? My fault.
Yeah,
My fault.
Sterling?
My fault.
Yeah.
That's different. My fault. My fault.
Yeah, get Jeannie Buss out of here. # cancel Jeannie Buss. She's fucking Kyle Kuzma, and we all know it.
Hey, shout out Kyle.
Oh, you just talking wild right now. Don't, please. I'll put you some
out
other
to Kyle.
Look, Dan Snyder, regardless of how deep his pockets are, is on his way out. Even if you kind of excuse the sexual allegations and the misconduct that's going on within the organization, people are kind of just fed up with him as an individual in the organization, right? Mm-hmm. Just in general, people are fed up. And then you have all these sexual allegations coming out where he's just been wilding, and he's been allowing the wilding out, right? Pun intended.
Yeah.
So this, to me, it speaks to like what's actually going on, because I didn't know that like this is kind of coming on the heels of all the wild shit that was going on. I just thought it was kind of a effed up situation that the cheerleaders found out on Twitter, right? Like that's how they found out.
They were fired, yeah.
And they were shooting their arrows, their flaming shots at the president of football, Jason Wright. That's who they was going at.
Jason Wright's been just fine. He's been a godsend to the organization.
Your puns are
This is
insane right
Bruce
now.
Allen's. Yeah, Bruce Allen's house has been wild.
Are they that?
You said arrows.
Flaming
We were
arrows
talking
for
about the
the what?
Bro, I'm just saying. Look.
Hey, man,
I
you gonna get
thought
canceled for that
every
in 10
once in a
years.
while I can.
He's gonna have
But-
3 episodes on the.
Yeah,
on the
but-
YouTube.
Let's get to 100 first.
Yo, that aside, bro. Like so let's just say that Jason Wright is just kind of not necessarily in the know, but he of course he's brand new. He's kind of getting the organization under his feet, and he even still, if he does this and he's overcharged, it still kind of it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I don't
it
like
wasn't just one cheerleader that said, "Yo, we found this out via Twitter." It was multiple. Not only that, but multiple. So as of right now, there's 3 different cheerleaders that said that they found this out via Twitter, right? At least two of those cheerleaders said that they had personal conversations with Jason Wright concerning the future of the dance program, right?
Mm-hmm.
She called him out. One called him out specifically, say, "Yo, at Jason Wright, do you remember the conversation that we had a few months ago about the future of the dance squad?
And that's on Twitter, right?
And that's on Twitter.
Time-stamped.
See, so my issue is not necessarily the allegations, but if you're look, we all know the crux that black men in sports kind of, what they're battling against as far as head coaching jobs, presidential jobs. So as Jason Wright coming in as a man of color and to be accused by his employees to handle things in a certain type of way, if you're talking about the image that it portrays, it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth because they expected him to do things differently based on the culture that was already there. So he's being held to a standard that he may not necessarily, it might not be fair, but because he is who, it's like Obama. When Obama came into the president, we had an expectation, people in general. And if he didn't live up to the expectation, regardless of all the good he may have done, because of personal expectations, people ragged him. The same thing goes for Jason Wright coming in as a man of color in this crazy ass organization. Cheerleaders was like, yo, bro, I looked at you as a difference maker based on what we had going on prior to this. And for us to find out on Twitter, yo, bro, you kind of let us down. And we talked to you about this.
All right, I get
Like, yo, we talked to you. So at a minimum, you could have let us know.
Yeah.
But the fact that we had to find out like this and we held you to such esteem, that's the only issue that I have with this whole thing. Because change is necessary.
Let
But
me
to find out that way is crazy.
It is. Now, let me add this into as well. We'll wrap it up from here. The organization has faced claims of sexual harassment, including 40 women described in 2 Washington Post stories last year.
Yeah.
Among them were members of the 2008 and 2010 cheerleading squads after allegations emerged that claimed that the club employees created videos of outtakes, like Newbie said, from calendar shoots when the women weren't fully dressed.
And
tough.
like I said,
The franchise denied the existence of the videos.
but they agreed to I think they agreed to a settlement just for the just for that piece. So to me, that's
Yep,
fucking
they
crazy.
said the issue between them has been resolved, which means that money was handed.
Shout out to Darnell though. When he saw you turn your head towards the camera, that part was showing.
He saw
So-
the certified lover boy. He
Yeah.
saw the CLB.
Oh,
He said,
Darnell's
you see
good
that?
people right there. Just wanted to say that.
There it is.
yeah.
But he did that on purpose. That was timed.
yeah, it was.
timely.
Also,
Yeah, you want to switch?
Miko,
Hey,
Newbie,
Miko.
shout out to you.
I appreciate it, Darnell. Look forward to seeing you in the next
Yeah,
one.
there it is right there. Last thoughts on Washington football team. We're going to change this whole podcast up.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, terrible.
In
terrible
general.
terrible organization.
Terrible.
I don't understand why anyone's
that
a
phone real
Ravens
quick.
fan.
Everything, everything.
Why aren't
You don't understand?
I don't
Or
understand.
you know why
No,
they're
I-
a Ravens fan?
No. I'm saying I don't understand why all Washington football team fans aren't just Ravens fans. Just move.
Oh, gotcha.
Just transfer. Just become a Ravens fan. It's
I
way
tried.
better.
Because
We
DC
have
and
a- we have
DC
a-
and Baltimore don't do that.
We have a black quarterback.
That's the thing, though,
He's
right?
amazing.
I second that
Why not
opinion.
just-
You
That's
from
a thing-
B-More,
That's the
dummy?
thing though.
In Columbia. That's Columbia. It's Ravens territory.
Yeah, Columbia is Ravens territory.
Yeah.
Listen,
B-More and DC don't do that though.
No, so
We-
Laurel is like the Laurel.
Yeah.
Laurel Columbia is the line, bro. Laurel.
yeah.
Laurel South
I
is-
grew up a
That's
Ravens
it.
fan. I was at the
Laura is the 30th parallel. Is
Tell me about it, Ricky. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
That is that.
Fort
honestly,
Meade.
that is.
If you wear
See?
phone posits in Baltimore, you get canceled.
No, you can't wear
Yeah, you
phone
can't
pods.
do that, bro. That's
If you wear
wear
New
phone
Balances
pods.
in DC, you get
I'm
canceled.
wearing New
No,
Balances
no,
right
you
now.
wear New
As long as they're the 991s, you
See,
can wear New
I feel
Balances.
bad. I feel
Okay, I
bad.
got you.
Brand twos.
Ricky grew up in Bowie, so he just has to be subject to this. You don't need to do this. Don't do this to yourself,
You
bro.
know what's funny is that I tried a couple years ago to
Tried to
become a
be a
Ravens fan,
I tried too.
and this man stopped me
Why?
among
Hey,
a
good
few
on
other
him.
people.
Good on him.
They said,
Come
"Would you rather be?"
home.
They said, "What you ever be a dummy or a mo?" I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "You know what?"
Bro, come on over.
What up,
I
Mo?
was like, "Goddamn!" I was like, "Goddamn, motherfucker, you right."
Listen, we're never gonna win a Super Bowl, but again, we're not
Y'all
gonna win
won
with
two.
Lamar Jackson. We won two. We're
Ever
not
again.
gonna win. We're not gonna win with Lamar Jackson, but he's amazing to watch.
Say that one for quick hits.
He's incredible.
Shout out
Hey,
to Alex
anyway,
Smith.
let's
Let me swap.
we're gonna
Let
do
me swap.
something. We're gonna do something totally different here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, BNY versus the internet. We're gonna do the BNY free throw challenge.
It's lit.
Let me change my camera around real quick.
Wait a
Make sure
minute.
the people can see this.
Oh my
Hold a second. Hey, y'all see that right there?
Shout out to Bradley Beal and Russ Westbrook for turning things around.
Shout out to the
Ooh.
Shout out,
8 of the
Russ.
last 11. We'll get that into
Spicy.
quick hits. We'll get into quick hits. Right now, I'm calling on the gold couch. We talked about this in the pre-production.
Wow.
We got Mike Newbing,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Fort Washington himself,
Yes, sir.
versus former D1 prospect Dev Ray.
Wow.
It's lit.
He's at a disadvantage now because
Now, this is what happens here. This was on the line. So
What were you at D1
PS5.
prospect then?
this is on the line. This is
Ricky
on the line.
promised
We'll
the
get to
PS5
that
for the
later.
winner of this.
I'll let you know.
I did not promise the PS5 to anybody for the record,
I like a PS.
Hoops, baby. Hoops, baby.
but
We'll talk about that
but we
later.
may have a game. There may be a game cast available.
A game cast.
There's GameCube and Dreamcast.
I take a GameCube.
No, no,
I
no,
take
you
a
get
Wii.
game
You gonna
cast.
stream it on
You
Twitch?
get game cast,
Oh no.
or you get X Cube. You get one or two. You get one or two.
X Cube. Oh, that's Soldier Boy's joint, right?
And the
You get-
motherfucker, the game
hey,
cast.
You get that KF console.
That's the Ray J joint. That's the Ray J
I
joint.
got the Atari Swatch.
Oh hell no. That's crazy.
Now, what I got here is this. Oh, what's
Wait
this?
a minute.
That's half a hole.
What's this? What's this?
thinking
Hey,
to open
hey,
up the box.
hey,
Even a
hey, I'm gonna
whole
save this for this
It's
moment.
quality
right here.
testing.
Oh, first out your curiosity, now I got your attention.
Yes.
I got the headphones on.
Look at that. Right?
Okay,
Take a
go
look
for
at
it,
this
go
in
for
the.
it.
Take a look real quick if you can see this.
Coffee whiskey.
This is a coffee grain whiskey. No, this is right here.
Folgers in your cup.
This has been described to me
Bro, I need that when I pull
as
it up.
water, as brown liquor.
Okay.
And I'm telling you
So
right now,
soju
Don't need
of
that.
brown.
I'm telling you right now, this is the smoothest shit that I may have ever drank in my life. I got it in Hawaii about a week ago.
So you had
you
to
get it
taste
at?
it
This
out.
still,
About a
this
week
is
ago.
No, one second. About a week. Shout out to Bobby Schmurd too being out. After I was going to do the podcast somehow tonight. I was, hey, thank you for the alley.
Did this hat come down yet?
It has
And
not
it came
returned.
back as soon as he walked
I'm
out.
still waiting for it.
This is distilled in Japan.
Okay, they smooth out there.
To the winner of this one, I offer you a fine glass.
I appreciate it.
What,
A
just
fine
a glass?
glass.
A whole one or the one you just drank out
You know
of?
how much if you know how much this bottle was, then we could talk offline. I offer you a fine
B-size.
glass.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
No doubt.
This right here
You
is
shooting
I'm
first,
telling you right
Mr.
now.
D1.
This
Why I
is
got to shoot first?
hey, this is
You
the
closest to it.
once again
Respect.
the smoothest brown I have ever tasted.
All right, let's see.
Let's go.
Go for it. Go for
This
it.
bottle
doing
is
it?
better than
Alright,
pure
alright,
white.
Now
better
hold
than
on.
Paradisiac.
Where's the line at?
The line's right here where the carpet starts.
All right, cool. I'm gonna hit y'all with that Jerry
Now,
Stackhouse.
if you don't mind, Red Couch, you can post your camera right there too, as well. To the
We
no,
gotta
one
push
second.
it back.
Both y'all take it turns, one after one, one after one,
What's the stipulation?
one after one.
What's the stipulation
foot
for
can't
the
co-
W?
foot can't cross the
All right, so this is what
line.
happens here. This is what happens. BNY versus internet. You shoot one, you make it. You shoot again.
Make it take it?
You make it, take it.
Wow,
That
that's
don't
tough.
make no sense. We're shooting
No,
three
bro,
total.
we might have to exchange that.
It's
Would you
one,
prefer
one, one.
otherwise? Would you prefer one for one?
I'm
One
just
for
saying,
one.
because if I make 3 in a row,
That's what I said. That's what I
You're
asked.
not making 3 in a row.
That's what I asked earlier.
But if you prefer
We ain't got
one for
time for all
one,
that. You
one
gonna
for
miss
one.
One for
you
that.
it's
One for one.
You gonna
One for
miss
one.
it anyway.
one for one. It's a
Don't
camera
do that.
on the. There it is, right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're watching. We're good to go.
yes,
Let's make it happen.
Let's see.
Dunk
What
it
is
from,
coffee grain whiskey?
Can we dunk from the free throw line,
No,
Jordan style?
no, we're not doing that.
All right, bet.
We're not doing that.
Watch that elbow. Watch the elbow. Foot on
Wait,
the
hold
line.
on, so the elbow can't go over the line?
I got my money on Manny.
It's the feet.
I ain't even shooting.
It's the
Hey,
feet.
you just shoot from
Foot
the
on
line,
the line.
man. Just shoot
Your
from
foot's on the
line.
line. Your foot's on the line.
Oh no.
Oh no! See, I told you.
Oh shit, he's grabbing the bottle.
The bottle got
Mike Newby.
Can I Jerry Stackhouse it?
You can't. Just shoot.
Hey, Deb, just move back a little bit. Watch out for the camera right there.
Yeah,
No, why would you do that?
I'm saying, I just thought we were just playing.
It's that gold couch energy, man. Only I can harness the power the right way.
First of
All right,
three.
let's
First
go.
of three.
Let's
First
go,
of three.
let's go.
I'll be here all night.
Y'all crazy.
We're gonna be here all night.
We're gonna be
Where
here
that
all
camera
night.
at? Where
I
that
don't want my
camera?
ass on this camera.
Man,
My
he's
ass
not
too
even
big on this
shooting.
bitch.
Hold on,
cheeks.
man.
My ass too big on this.
Hey, Nell
Hey,
just
man.
Nell just playing.
Booty cheeks.
Booty butt cheeks.
Money is always on me.
Hey,
That's one.
Hey, it's a free throw. It's a free throw. All right,
Can you hear me?
all right, Deb, what you got? 1-0. 1-0 right now,
1-0,
newbie.
1-0,
1-0
1-0.
newbie.
Foot's on the line. Foot's on the line. Elbow out.
Oh,
Big brick.
oh.
Game point.
No. First of three.
It's
First of
two-
three.
you got
First of three.
First three.
Come
First
on,
of three.
Jesus
Go ahead,
Shuttlesworth. Go ahead and make this shit.
Come on now. Come on now.
Your boy goes to college where you need him to go.
Oh!
I tried to.
You gotta close it. You gotta close it.
Baby.
You gotta close it.
Hold a second before you start shooting.
Hey,
Let me see if I get the up angle right there. There it is, right there. See if I get your arc.
He said I got my money on man.
You said Shazam, darn, now how could you?
See the up angle.
That's why I ain't in it.
Oh.
Okay,
Hey, there
this
it
one, this
is,
one, this
there
one,
it
this one.
is. We
Last
saw the
one,
arc.
you gotta close out.
I gotta get
You gotta close out. Don't.
Can he
don't-
close out? Hey,
Can he
it's a
close
camera.
out?
It's a camera. It's hey.
Back up a little bit.
Hey, yeah, back that foot up. Back that foot up. Come on, go ahead, go ahead. Let's see.
You doing too much.
Let me see. He ain't got it. Oh!
Hey.
One,
Hey,
two,
bring that
three.
cup over here. Bring that cup over here.
That's a fair
Damn.
competition. Best man won.
Hey,
One,
that man hit 3 in a row.
3.
Hey, share the wealth, homie. Let me get a shot of that.
What's that?
Bitch. Let me get a shot of that bitch.
Hey, look, clutch.
Hey, hold a second.
You got the clutch gene.
To the winners go to spoils first.
You got the Dame Lillard.
Yeah, bro. Dame is so clutch for no reason.
Take a sip of that. Sip it on camera. Tell me what you think.
Let me get on.
Sip it on camera. Tell me what you think.
All right, yeah, let's see.
And shout out to I didn't even on the mic. My fault. Shout out to
You
Hennessy.
good.
That's in the trash, B.
I got this bucket.
All right, I want you to try this bottle. I want you to try it.
First off, shout out to my coaching team. I just want to show that out there. Shout out to watching Steph Curry videos.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Cole for the Freak Though Hub. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were working on
okay.
that before
Saw
this.
the plug. You saw the plug.
To the fiance.
Saw the plug. Huh? We'll see.
Ooh,
I'm off the market. Everybody knows that.
that's good. That's good. That's good for you, man.
All right. On this is what is this called?
Bring out the brooms for Dev.
Can I do a little bit just to show the camera?
Yeah.
Anybody that may be interested in Hawaii, Ricky gonna put the price down in the comments. Or maybe not.
No, he's not.
He said if we speak offline.
It's hard to find this one online. It's hard.
So far, it smells like water. I'm a little bit concerned.
It's kind of dangerous.
It smells like water, and it's 45%. Oh shit!
About to get lit.
What you think? Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my god!
Yes, sir.
That shit hits different. It hits a little. It's quiet.
Hold on.
It tastes like coffee.
It don't bite.
It don't bite at all.
It's smooth.
It's scary.
I told you, this is the smoothest shit that I've
Don't
ever
mix
drank.
this. Do not mix this. Because
Is that good, bro? All right, I
Don't
might have
mix
to.
it.
I might have to Venmo you some cash. But
Whole second now.
Do not mix it.
To the winner goes to spoils. But for the podcast,
Yeah.
after the podcast is over, we all gonna take one together.
Let's do it.
I'm with
We're
it.
gonna take one together. We're gonna take one together. We're gonna take one together.
I might decline.
Yes, sir.
I have. It's
Yeah,
a-
for sure, for sure,
That's
for
a
sure.
military
Yes, sir.
thing, right? Military
Yeah,
thing.
yes,
Soju.
sir. Yeah.
So, okay, not everyone's taking it. So I guess on the B sides, we're gonna hold a vote, right? Soju versus because soju.
I'll take that any day.
That's-
I'm not even gonna go
Soju
there.
versus Sake.
I never
Is that
had
what you're
that.
talking
I never had that, and I'll take it over soju.
Really?
No,
Okay.
We're not going there.
Soju, you throw a thing of Kool-Aid in it, and you wouldn't tell the difference.
Hey, whole second, Nell comment. If it
Soju
smells like
different.
water and don't bite, she's a keeper.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm married, mate.
It smells like water.
You
Talking
already
about
married.
bars.
Darnell is the voice of reason.
Bro, that was a lot.
Hey, isn't he the mayor? You said he was the mayor of PG?
No, that's the.
Yeah, he's
He's the mayor.
He's an underground mayor of DC.
DC.
That's PG Jakes.
And that's PG Jakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
exactly.
just got to get my shit correct. I mean,
Yeah,
I ain't
exactly.
from around here,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Got to get it
This
correct.
man now know everybody.
Alright.
I get rolled up in PG, I'm calling you.
Hey, look, holla at me.
I got you.
I'll preach your word for you, baby.
I
I'm trying to talk
appreciate
some
I
sense.
appreciate
Well,
you.
Say no.
He ain't mean it like he meant it. He ain't say it like he said it.
Let's move to number 6. Nike CEO. So we talking basketball.
Oh yeah.
We move on to the next topic. Senior executive Nike executive resigns after a shoe resale scandal. Let's talk about it. Nike confirmed through a brief statement that Ann Herbert, the company's general manager for North America, was leaving her post after 25 years of working with the brand. The company will inform her shortly who takes her place. All right, whatever. Herbert's resignation comes after his 19-year-old son, Joe Herbert.
Her.
It says his here.
Yeah,
That's
her.
weird. It's a
her.
woman.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
woman,
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
What does it- what they
was
say?
starring a Bloomberg.
I'm a
Business Week.
ma'am.
Canceled.
Hey, it said he was starting a Bloomberg Business Week reporting shoe reselling, but pretty much the article details that the young man used the executive's credit card to buy 600 pairs of limited edition shoes with a value of more than $100,000 with the aim of reselling them.
God
Damn.
Yes, sir.
100,000.
Yes, sir.
I follow this man once.
Ooh,
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ. Joe Herbert owns West Coast Streetwear, a company through which he sells exclusive footwear that he buys from brands like Nike. According to the article, the young man is aware of his mother's senior position and claimed not to receive his privileged information from the brand. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
sure. Okay.
Manny,
Yo.
you led with this article earlier week on the BNY fan group page,
Yeah,
Facebook.
I was upset.
Why are you so upset?
Cause, bro, I think a lot of people who are in the shoes, they want to go out and get the new releases. We talked about it, Nick. You know, back in the day, we used to be like, "Hey, everybody put in what size we getting," and then, "Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. None of us got them, right?" So like, and even then, like, I used to follow this man for a little bit. This man used to get size runs like bigger than Foot Locker, Finish Line, or whatever sports store. He got full size runs, and like, it bothers me. And he, on top of that, he's not the only one probably doing this. Somebody got caught. So I'm gonna tell you what happened.
No, you ain't gotta take them off.
Yeah, I am. For
Y'all
the
smell
sake.
that?
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking with y'all.
Nah.
I ain't do it.
Y'all can do it. Y'all
I
can't
ain't
smell.
doing
Y'all
that.
been
My
drinking too
fault.
much. Nah, you can't even smell right now. Anyways,
COVID.
so
Hey, put the mask on. Hey, everybody, mask on.
Hey, my fault.
yeah,
My fault.
you
I
can't
was
say
wrong.
that in here.
I was wrong.
But
I'm wrong.
you know, I try to get the Travis Scotts right. I
Travis
want
Scotts.
to.
You talking to Cactus Jacks?
Cactus Jacks? It doesn't matter. I'm trying to blend something with my outfit, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
And I don't get them. But I gotta go out tonight, and I need something to wear. So I gotta go to the store and get these motherfuckers.
These fires.
They're not fire.
They're the
Outfit though, bro.
That's some sweet. That's a sweet lose right there. That's a sweet lose.
Yeah.
The lemon pepper loops?
Lemon,
Nah,
they're not even
pepper.
lemon pepper wet. Anyways,
Just the pepper.
So, yeah,
The
just,
McCormick
actually,
threes.
just straight salty because
The
salty
McCormick
mix provided.
threes.
Yeah, so.
The koozies.
But even then, oh, that's fucked up. But even then, on top of that, so you think the story broke earlier this week, right? Some more drops happened. Some more drops happened this week, right? On Friday, and then some drops tomorrow. I bet nothing changes because there's other people in the game doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The koozies.
With the overhead.
Hey, man, you're right, man.
joints.
I'm just gonna get the iceberg hot
Pure
tops from now on.
fundamentals.
I'm getting the iceberg hot tops from now
That's
on.
nice.
1950s Boston Celtics.
You hate to see it.
But no, like she,
Chamberlain's
but you know they try
Will
to
Chamberlain
they write
rolling in his
they write the
grave.
story as if they didn't know and this and this, and I don't believe that.
No, you can't believe that.
So like, I mean, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I mean, I understand people like the shoe game and this and this. Nah, bro, because even then, that little size run he had, even if Nike produced those, they wouldn't sit on the shelves. They wouldn't have sat on the shelves. That size run wouldn't. But I did see some Adidas. He did post some Adidas. Now with the Nike plug, did you give your other seller who has the Adidas plug? That's, you know, like, this needs to be a federal investigation in my
You're doing a lot right now.
We putting tax.
I want my Yeezys.
We putting tax money towards this. This is all right.
We put it towards other things that makes no sense.
All right, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Red Couch, what you got?
I mean, listen, I'm with Manny on a lot of that because it's just like I'm so bitter from the sneakers app. I don't know about y'all, but
Trash.
yeah, exactly. Everybody had them rough experiences. Even if you see somebody, they got the fake joints on, they got the Travis Scoots on out the club.
Scoots?
The night
Oh,
is,
no.
this rough, shit's rough out here, right? And so like
The koozies.
the Bob Cousy and the Travis Scoots. But I mean, like I would Manny on a lot of it, and like, it's like I'm gonna let you get to your point because I think you had a good point on it earlier, right? But it's like at the same point, it's like so much of what the sneaker app is like bot netting, right? People throwing these bots out there, having hundreds of thousands of accounts to try to get X amount of sneakers. If you're getting full size runs, right? If you're getting full, and not just full size runs, but you're getting multiple shoes in the full size runs, you clearly have a connect, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whether it's just the fact that his mother's account was linked to Nike and they gave her preferential treatment, or just something whether along the lines of she was actually like, hey, like, I'll pay retail for the sneakers, but like on the low, pass them this way. We give them to my son, and she had a middleman that she was giving the cut to. I don't know what the situation was.
Yeah.
But either way, it's unfair. It sucks. We all mad about it. I wish I had my Travis Scotts on.
What was the name of the
But-
company again?
Nike.
Yeah.
No, the street. No,
Yeah,
Oh,
West Coast, West Coast,
That's
whatever.
crazy,
Yeah, West
Ricky.
Coast.
Yeah, and that's some bullshit too,
Yeah,
right?
West
'Cause
Coast streetwear.
You see
yeah.
motherfuckers on Instagram, they be posting, they got like 50 pairs. You're like, damn, how you do that? That's just your mom, bro. That's some bullshit. Anyway.
Same thing for the PlayStations. Apparently.
No, yeah, we can switch out after this. Go ahead.
See, so my issue is, so are we really going to sit here and criticize capitalism, right?
Yes.
So,
I love
no,
your point. I love it.
See,
I love your point.
So, and
Ah.
it's and take this in context, right? She paid what for?
Did she pay for the shoes?
She
let's
paid
just
retail.
spec-
She paid retail.
There was a credit card that was linked to her name that paid
Exactly. Yeah.
for the shoes.
Exactly.
That
It's the size run. Look at the size run.
That's fine.
See,
Oh, so that
Upset.
ring
She
light's
paid
on
for
there. Yeah, turn the ring light off and put it back up real
Right.
quick.
see. So
Oh,
there was a credit card account that was linked to her name that paid for the shoes
Can't
that
say that.
he
It's a lot of
resold. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's fine.
now you can spit about conflict of interest. I'm not going to get into the dynamics of that, right? But if someone paid
I agree with you.
for the shoes,
Yeah.
regardless of how much they cost,
Yeah.
regardless of the number on the amount that she paid for, and he is reselling them,
That's capitalism.
that is literally the definition of the American dream.
No,
Let's go
it's
into-
a
let's go into
problem with that.
capitalism.
It's a problem with that right
And
there.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
thing
hold,
is that-
hold on.
yeah, go ahead.
Access
I agree with
to
you.
Capital-
600 limited pairs.
That ain't his fault.
That's not capitalism.
Hold, no. See,
Exactly.
no.
It's like
No,
insider trading.
It's not insider trading. It's only insider trading if you say in that point, in that moment, hey, you, in the circle, hey, look, before I produce this to the public, I am going to say, hey, to you all, hey, I got this amount. Or if it was he got it and publicly it was there, that's not insider
But
trading
they
at
try to
that
keep
point.
it. They try to keep it secret.
No. He didn't try to keep it secret necessarily. The product.
Keeping it
he
secret
tried
is
to
good
keep
business.
the source. The
Yeah, that's
who
what I'm saying.
bought it. No.
Yeah.
She buying it isn't the issue because she bought. It's not like she was just getting
Yeah.
wholesale. She was
But
getting
how's she getting
stock.
this? She's a Nike executive getting limited stock.
Everybody
No.
gets- all the athletes
Hold
get
on.
limited stock.
We don't know she
Yeah,
was
it's
getting
different.
limited stock.
It is.
What we do know is there was a
It says
credit
it
card
here. She's getting limited stock.
she bought.
But how do you buy limited stock being the CEO of the company?
She is
That's
the
access.
cornerstone of
Did
the
she
source.
buy it? Hold on, and necessarily
It says
her.
here-
There was a credit card
Oh,
The
you're
executive's
saying-
credit card.
You're saying,
to her name.
Ricky, you're saying
Yes.
she didn't buy it through the same means that everybody else. So that's the
Exactly.
conflict of interest.
Okay.
I can.
I
fuck with
say outside of the I said that first. Outside of the conflict of interest, we're criticizing American capitalism.
that.
Okay.
We should have been
Because-
doing this for a long
when you
wait,
say
wait, wait.
outside of conflict, it's waving a lot
Hold
to
on.
say that.
No, hold on. We're talking about waving a lot because we're on the outside looking in. But she got caught. Her and her son got caught. How many people within that upper echelon of millions of dollars are doing this on the regular though?
Doesn't make it right. You keep.
Hold on.
he
We're
gets a
talking
good
about
point.
capitalism.
But
though.
that's
He gets a
But
good
that-
point
what
with
I'm
that.
saying?
He
But that
actually
is-
gets a good
Not
point.
like-
He brought
He bought them a week early and then was flexing on everybody. He bought them when they came out, just like everybody else.
yeah.
But how did he
That's
buy
what
them
I
though?
kinda
Yeah,
He
I know.
bought them
That's what I'm
because
saying.
he bought
I'm
them
rocking
because
with
his
it.
mom has access to
When
be able to enable
did he
him to
buy him
It's
a
called
year?
privilege.
Did he buy him a month, 2 months
Yeah,
early?
like, oh, yeah,
Or did he
yeah,
buy
yeah,
them
yeah.
the week that
I'm
they
rocking
was
with it.
released?
I'm rocking with you.
He
But
bought
he
them
already
at,
had a 10, like a
He already had a
10-foot
head start over
Yeah.
everybody else.
That's fine.
Is that not
But-
American capitalism, bro?
Hold on,
No,
let me-
it's
No.
insider
Trying to-
trading. What this man was talking
hold
about.
on.
At
See,
12
now
o'clock on
you're
Friday
only
when
looking
they
at this
drop.
from a very, very minute perspective, tunnel vision, bro.
No, I'm
Let's
not.
look- let's
His
look at
mom works at Nike as a
So
CEO.
are you telling me that the industry makers, as far as the railroad, as far as American airline, not just American Airlines, but American flight industry as far as real estate. Are you telling me that what's Donald Trump's
Glad
son?
you brought up real estate because you're treading some murky waters.
What I'm
You're right. You're
But
right.
people are getting caught
What
up.
I'm saying is,
That's the fact.
are you telling me that people that's already in the circle
They can see
are
houses we
not
can't get. No,
exposed
you right.
to what's going to benefit them? Do you not think that they put their millions into investments that's going to benefit them?
I
They're
think you're saying
already
two different
in the
things,
know,
though.
bro.
I mean,
no,
you're
what I'm
saying-
You're talking about
saying-
knowledge. You're talking
I
about
mean, you're
actually
saying-
using the company's
we are-
credit card or
No,
executive's
no,
credit
no,
card
no,
to
no.
buy things that
It was never the company's credit card. It was a credit card tied to her name. That's
no,
not the company.
I said
It
that
was
wrong.
the
You were
co-
right about that. You could attack that one. That was right. I misspoke on that one. That's fine. It was her credit card that she had access to get
Is
this
that
many
okay,
releases.
It's her
And
dough.
was able to buy it.
But
The
Nike
thing is
has
that
its
I
fund.
could have done that with my money.
Hold on.
Do you buy Nikes?
I could have done that with my money
Do
if I
you
had
buy
it.
Nikes?
But you're not answering my
Hold on.
question. Yes, I buy Nikes, but
You
if
buy,
I had
so
the amount
if
of money
you, if
and
you
she had the money,
amount of
I
money to
couldn't
get
buy
Rick
that too
and
as well.
Jet, if you had the as a customer of Nike,
A customer
right?
versus the CEO? No, it's
it's
two different
not,
things.
Hold on, she didn't buy it as a result of being a CEO. She didn't get the discount. She didn't
Hold
just get
a
the.
second. Do you really believe that? Are you that naive to think that her
That
as a
nigga,
CEO?
yo, he got the Nike.
Hold
he got
on,
the Nike.
hold on,
It's
hold
about
on.
intent.
Think about it in the context of
Come
how
on,
much
bro.
I see
her
where it's
son.
no. I see where it's coming from.
You're only looking at it from a perspective as her being a Nike CEO.
Because
She's
that
hold
is a
on.
perspective.
No, Ricky. Look at it this way. Her as an individual, she's not hurting for money. It doesn't matter if she
You're
buy.
not answering the question.
But
though.
her son was
Listen,
you're
her
not.
son was
Look,
Listen to
you're
what
not.
I'm saying.
Her
creates
Rudy
more
Poot
greed.
son.
Listen to what I'm saying.
We hear
bro.
you, but we don't
He's-
believe you.
Her Rudy
is
Poot
greed.
son.
He's
Her
not
Rudy Poot
benefiting
son.
from her being the CEO.
Dude, rich people.
Whoa,
gonna kill everything for
whoa!
greed.
You said he's not benefiting from his mother being the CEO?
Yeah.
Did you
Rudy
just say
Poot
that?
son.
Hold on, bro.
Wait, you
Hold
wrong
on.
on that one.
Hold on.
Did you just say that?
Come on. Think
He
about
did just
this.
say that. I ain't
As
exactly.
a- hold on.
Hey, you
Think
you
about
kinda
it
wrong
as
on
a
that
Nike
one.
CEO, bro. As a Nike or as an anything CEO, do you really have to go out and buy stock?
But you're not making
And-
sense.
No,
Rich people do rich shit all the time.
no,
I
no,
get
what
what
you
you
saying?
You understand what I'm
I
saying?
get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
Hold
He
on.
definitely
She
get what
can,
he's saying.
she can go
Off
to
his
any
stats.
warehouse in the United States and there's an overstock of stuff that's not being sold.
No,
and
you're
she
right.
can go and get 100 sneakers here.
Can she get 100 Nike?
sneakers
Can she
here.
get Nike
The
Mag?
point
Hey, real quick,
is, bro,
Oh,
if she
Dell.
wanted to flex her
All Nike
executive
athletes.
muscle,
Hey,
All
hold on.
Nike-
One Devin, another
Come
Devin.
on, bro.
Fired up.
you motherfucking right, Ramirez.
Nah, he good. He
Shout out
good
my
people.
guy.
He good people.
Bro,
Hey, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's
That's
my
money.
man.
That's
Yeah.
money.
bro,
That's money.
no, he's right.
bro.
Hey,
No, he's
but
not
you're
right.
No, he is right.
He's
Which
not
part
right.
is he
He
right
is
about?
right.
Which
He's
We
not
are-
right.
Look, if anybody who's a family of a member of an
He
executive
said it
staff,
didn't matter.
But no,
I didn't
it
say
does
that.
absolutely matter, and it also.
He
matters
said it didn't
on-
matter, so how you
on
gonna say he just saying
no,
the same
no,
thing?
wait. On the person who is selling the shoes that he's getting from the source, it's all based off of intent. On one hand, if the mom is giving her son, a gift in terms of like, oh, I just got these aren't out yet, that's fine, based off of intent. But he literally is selling hundreds to thousands of shoes
based off what he
off
said.
of intel from his mom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So
not
based
intel,
off what
it's property.
based off
that
what
she bought.
So based off what you said,
Using her company
you said
knowledge.
Right.
but no, you said
Intel.
you're
Company
saying it
access.
doesn't matter,
Right.
right? It doesn't matter if you work for Nike or not, right? Are you saying
It
that?
does happen across the board.
Are you saying that?
What I'm no.
Throw me the alley. Are you saying that?
No, it's not even about what I'm saying is, bro, let's look at this in perspective.
For sure.
As a Nike executive,
For sure.
are you telling me that she has to buy shoes?
No,
I
we're not
guarantee-
saying she has to.
So that's what I'm saying.
But she did, though.
But she bought the
But-
shoes,
but that company-
and he's reselling them for a higher
What's-
value.
what's-
That's capitalism.
What's
It is.
Nike
That-
policy? But, I'm
exactly.
saying, but
You're right.
she's
You're
going
right.
against her own
get
company's
what you're saying.
policy. That's why she stepped down.
That's a problem. But let's not say that
Is that
capitalism
written in the policy
is
letter?
the issue.
Is that in the policy?
Yes.
Is it you sure?
She
I'm
bought
1,000%.
it. Thank you.
It is
You're
a
not.
core-
Nobody who works
Pull
for
it
Nike.
up. Pull it up.
That you can't sit here and
I
tell
don't
me.
think
trying to
that's
bet?
Other thing
That's
is,
not a thing though.
You trying to bet?
It really wasn't any
$5.
because he got the
$5,
shoes
nah,
when
bring
the
big
shoes
money.
came out.
Brunch.
He didn't have
Brunch.
these weeks before.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
months before.
That's
But the
what
thing
I'm
is that
saying.
this is my
Tomorrow.
thing.
I got-
That thing
I
right
got
here is
Sunday.
that. This is my only thing. Is that let's not be naive
Cash
and
App
think
me.
that his mom's
I'm not going
position
with
in the
you.
company
I got
didn't help
plans.
get
I'm gonna
him
use your money to
those
take
limited
somebody
releases that a lot of people don't have access
I'm
to
gonna cover.
get.
that
I'll
a
cover
problem?
I'll cover the
Is
basic.
that a
If
problem?
she bought
Her
them.
position of power being a problem as far as him being the access
But
She
to make the
bought
money?
them.
That's what any
She works there at the company. Of course, she bought them.
Really?
She makes
That's
sense.
the problem.
Let me ask you
So
this,
you
let me ask you
telling
this, let me
if
ask you
your
this.
dad worked for
Popeyes.
Wells Fargo right now,
No,
are
Popeyes.
you telling me that your
I
dad
don't-
will be wrong because he was an
Yeah,
executive
he
in
would
Wells
be.
Fargo,
Ooh,
but
that's
you
different, that's
paid
different.
$300,000 for your house?
That's
That's different. That's
problem.
different.
How?
different.
If you pay full market value for your house,
If
That's
someone
different.
brings
That's
it to
different.
court
Insider
and
That's
brings
different.
that up right there, the
That's
connection and
different.
how
That's
it
an
falls
SEC
out
violation.
somebody
That's
else.
different.
Somebody sues me, yes,
you're
that
not
could be a
being
problem.
fair right
That
now,
is
That's
bro.
why she got
SEC
You're not
fired.
being
That's
No.
why she
fair.
got fired.
No, that is illegal.
That
The
is
house.
an SEC
Come
violation.
on,
State,
bro.
that's
illegal.
illegal.
Now, I'll give you a better example. I'll give you a better example.
Fire, resign.
I got a good example. I got a better example. Ready? I work at the Oxon Hill Popeyes, and I didn't get shanked.
I knew
right?
you had a second job.
And I got the last
That's the one the
Popeyes
dude
chicken
got stabbed
sandwich,
in.
and I bought it. And I sold it to you for $35. I'm allowed to do that.
Is he wrong?
No.
He doesn't work for the company, though.
He worked for Popeyes.
But he works for Popeyes.
Oh, in this scenario.
Yeah.
As
Yes.
in what?
He bought
As
the
a cashier.
sandwich.
That $35 sandwich ain't gonna make no numbers.
In the principle, it shouldn't matter. And that's what he's saying.
But you know what? Come on now. Come on now. You know, over
No,
500
bro.
bucks is a felony in certain instances.
If it's
Now, that's
done
different.
illegally.
Now that's different. Now, if
Yeah,
you
we're
want to
talking
say
high value numbers we're talking here.
now that's different, and if that's the case, then I want to see it on paper, which is what he's googling. He's gonna pay for my brunch on Sunday. If that's the case, then that's different.
He was like, got him early. That's what I was.
That's what I want to
That's
see.
different. If
Got him early.
she is totally fine to buy those and give it to her son as a gift, and what her son wants to do with that is a totally different
Is he-
situation.
is
Now,
it
I will
wrong?
close this out with this right here so we can move on. I understand what you're saying, Dev, that she
She's
bought
my
shoes.
hero.
She bought shoes and she used capitalism to her own advantage as far as they're resold under somebody else. Now, my issue is that her being the
money's
CEO of the company, she's buying shoes to sell them on a third-party market for more. Her position with the company. Now, she worked for Amazon. She bought Nike shoes and then sold third-party elsewhere.
She or
Whatever.
her son.
Whatever.
She or her son.
We're going into ethic territory here. That's
All right,
that's
you
the
ready?
whole conversation.
You ready?
All right, hey, Manny, close us out on this one.
Nike does not permit its employees to participate in sneaker reselling, and the practice of buying shoes at their retail price only to sell them at a higher price is still taboo to many
That's on
collectors.
Wikipedia, so we can.
It's
just-
not Wikipedia.
First
It's
word.
on
Hold on.
Complex.
Hold on.
No, give me the
What was that?
She's an
contract.
employee of the company.
What was that? What
But
was that
what
five
did they
letter
say? She
word?
bought
It
the
doesn't say
shoes.
nothing about
So
the son.
so the son's reselling them, but the thing is, what happened was he used her credit card. So in theory, it's
her credit
her.
card doesn't matter.
She is
It's
the
the
name
money
of the
that was.
country.
You know,
The freaking.
No,
Oh, hold on.
Credit
Hold
card
on.
doesn't matter.
I'm about to say
oh
to
yeah.
your point.
So
if you bought it with your wife or
if
your
I
girlfriend,
if I
does
go
that make you wrong?
if I
Yeah,
if
exactly.
I
I'm
go
right
if,
with you.
so if I use someone else's
She
credit
didn't sell
card
them.
to buy something illegal,
No,
right?
no,
do
she
they
didn't
not
sell them
get
at all.
do they not get roped into an investigation to
Of
see
course,
if we
that's
are
what always happens.
They're gonna ask
but there's not
questions.
gonna and the thing is there's not gonna be an
She didn't do
investigation
anything
because she
illegal
resigned
by
because that's
my
how
side.
corporate America
Thank
works.
you.
But if they did an investigation and said that and proved that she had something to do with it, which we all know she did.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that here. It's guilty.
It's
You don't come here every week. I do.
And it's
Don't tell me what we do what we don't do here.
Hey, hold a
Let's
second,
go.
hold a second.
Let's go.
You gonna
Listen,
Kumar?
we're not gonna act
You gonna
naive.
Kumar?
Well, two things we're not gonna do. We're not gonna act naive, but we're not gonna accuse anybody of anything.
I'm not accusing anybody of anything.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying.
no. I'm saying that we'll
He
touch
wanted,
the gray
he
area.
wanted, he wanted the Nike.
We'll touch the gray area.
Yeah,
She's
he
a
wanted,
white
he wanted, he
woman
wanted that.
with
Not
a
talking
white
about
son
I'm going to DC brunch on
that
Sunday.
Alright,
maximized
my
all
cash app is,
Bottom,
Hey,
bottom,
guess what?
bottom is mimosas. Let's go.
Hey, she'll be at brunch with these two on Sunday. She
you
obviously got nothing else to do
Stop
right
playing.
Who?
Come on, dog.
Quick hits. Let's move on to
Let's
it.
go.
All-Star Weekend.
No.
How y'all boys feeling about this All-Star game?
I'm glad
Liddy.
I'm home.
Hey, what team's
comment.
winning? Pull up the teams real quick. Let's talk about it. What team is winning?
KD.
KD got them. Hey, KD got the goons on it.
It looks good. It looks good, but I think Team LeBron's winning for some reason.
Wow.
Yo,
I don't know what it is.
That's tough.
I don't know what it is.
He wouldn't. Hold on. To your point, he wouldn't draft Donovan Mitchell.
I heard and
because
Rudy and
of
Rudy.
what? Because they were Utah Jazz players.
Better question: how many of us have ever used the Utah Jazz to his point on 2K?
I do.
You do?
Hey, Rudy Gobert
I
been
play
looking
it
real
Bro,
soft.
sometimes.
Stop playing me,
What version
bro.
y'all get? What version y'all
I
have?
said I
Any
play,
version.
I
No,
play,
I'm saying like y'all PlayStation
So
or
the
Xbox.
point was
Are y'all PlayStation or Xbox?
Play-
both,
PlayStation.
because
I'm saying
no.
You got the new one or the one before it?
before and anyone before that.
Hey, hold a second.
y'all.
Hey, hold a second. We'll do that.
Come
Let's bring it
holla
back
at
real
me.
quick. Let's bring it back. All right, Team LeBron. Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka. Giannis. I'm sorry. I always fuck that up. I apologize.
He got a daughter. He got a daughter that's close
Gia,
to
yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's
I
fair,
see Gia.
that's
It is
fair.
what it
I
is. Come
fuck
on.
with it. I fuck with it.
My girl's name's Gia. Gigi. I apologize. Giannis. All right.
Giannis.
Yeah, it is what it is. Steph,
What
Luka,
team's bigger?
Joker,
For the rebounds.
Jalen, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, who've been looking
Who are the
real
starters?
suspect recently.
The starters though, just the starters.
Doesn't matter.
I was like a Dame Lillard, Chris Paul, Sabonis, and Ben Simmons.
Sabonis.
The,
No, he's not starting. He's not starting.
Yeah, he picked Sabonis over Donovan.
The starters
Mitchell,
are
man.
First of
Giannis,
all,
Steph, Luka,
Sabonis is a
and
beast.
Joker.
That's a tough squad.
For Team Durant, and Durant's not playing because he has a hamstring injury.
That makes a
Brad
difference.
Beal. Shout out to, can I get a round of applause for Brad Beal real quick? God damn.
Motherfucker.
He been
And I
balling
got
though. He been
standing.
balling though. He been balling
Outstanding.
though.
He gonna be on the Lakers next year.
No, he won't.
Nah, he won't.
No, he
Stop
won't.
it.
Don't do that.
You
Don't do that.
disrespectful.
I
You
am.
would not be.
Brad.
Disrespectful.
He'll
All
be
right,
there.
all right, so we got Brad. We got Joel Embiid, who's been looking.
MVP.
No, I thought he.
That man's been
MVP.
looking amazing this
Hey.
year.
Hey, he has the same numbers as Steph Curry, who was unanimous MVP when he won it.
Yes,
Yeah,
he had
Shooting
three.
a
He
higher
had three.
percentage for
Hey,
three.
But big man though, big man out here
It's not the
dominating.
same.
Yeah, it's not the same, but posting paint.
He's
Oh, yeah,
killing.
but posting perimeter, looking woof.
Shot
Hey,
43%.
Kyrie, Kawhi, Jason Tatum. That's the starters right there.
Jason Tatum's a
On the
weak point.
bench,
What you say?
Jason
Devin
Tatum.
Booker,
Jason Tatum's what?
James
Weak
Harden,
point on that team.
Zach LaVine,
I say that.
Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle, Nikolai Vujicic, and Zion.
Hey, Vujicic is trash.
No, he averaged 26 and 12 this year.
He has
First
to.
of all,
he has to. Who
that's
else is on
not-
That's
the
Kevin
Magic?
Love numbers.
That
Minnesota.
doesn't mean anything in this day and age, though.
You don't.
26 and 12.
20 points.
You know what? I'm not-
it doesn't
I'm not
mean
gonna be a
anything.
Oh, so
hypocrite.
that's solid numbers.
Yeah.
This
I'm
I'm not gonna be a
saying that's
hypocrite.
not.
I'm not
Be
gonna be a
respectful.
hypocrite. I'm not
I'm
gonna be a
not gonna
hypocrite.
say that.
I apologize for that statement. I will say this: who else is on the Magic that's other than Gordon that's worth a damn?
The Polish
hey,
hammer.
hey, no. That's years ago. Stop. Markel Foss, the pride of PG County.
He hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
All
Terrence
right,
Ross.
You laughed at that yourself. You had to
Aaron-
laugh.
Wait.
Aaron Gordon's hurt too as well.
Thank you.
But who you got, Durant or LeBron?
Well, Durant
Quick
ain't
hits.
playing, so it's easy for me to say LeBron now. That was the equalizer.
Really?
I think
Durant's
I think,
nice.
I
With
think,
the starters?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think LeBron.
Durant's not with the starters. So who's replacing Durant?
I think the East got the most stubs.
Booker.
Is it Booker?
Yeah, Booker.
Booker and AD. Booker is replacing KD and
And, Davis was replaced by Booker. That's what it was.
Yeah.
and who's KD's replacing someone's.
Oh wait, I
Who's
had something-
replacing
I had
KD?
something hit my
That's
phone.
what I'm asking.
I think it was. I think
'Cause that's
I
even
heard
worse.
recently. I think Mike Conley's actually in the game too.
Yeah, they no.
That's-
So
it's not
Conley
bad.
is replacing Devin Booker.
What?
That's
in
what it
the
is,
in
yeah.
the in the 3-point
We're
contest.
talking about the
something.
game.
Okay, all right.
We're talking
Who
about
are
the
the
All-Star
two
game.
reserves?
We're talking about the game. I'm sorry, we're not talking about practice. My bad. I'm looking at my phone.
So KD and AD aren't playing. So Devin Booker for
It's
LeBron's
Devin
team.
Booker, and I can't remember who's the last person.
I don't know who's replacing KD since he's not playing, but that makes
There's
a
somebody
lot of a
screaming
difference.
at us right now.
He's a captain.
What about the whole All-Star game happening in the first place?
We ain't.
That's another thing, too, as
that's
well.
a great point.
First of all, that's ignorant as fuck.
It is. But my question is, who's replacing KD?
I can't remember.
Because that makes a hell of
I'm
it.
not
That's
even
the
gonna
best
lie.
player
it
on
Gobert?
that team.
It may be.
What'd you say?
It might
No,
be.
no, because no, I'm not trying to be funny. Like with the whole drafting thing, I'm
You
not
might
trying
be
to be
right.
funny.
You might be right.
Yeah, it's
And
not,
that would be a
It's
damn
not necessarily a starter that's replacing KD. It's
All right, here we
just
go.
another
Here we go.
All-Star candidate.
Mike Conley did replace Booker as the injury replacement for Team LeBron. That's one.
That makes a difference because that means now Booker's starting, and he's a walking bucket. So what's going on with KD's squad?
Well, they got Bill.
Come on, dog.
But he
The
was already
leader-
starting. He was starting already.
But he's
I
a leader.
mean,
Who's replacing KD? Mike.
I cannot remember, bro. I can't.
I mean,
can't
That
remember.
makes a
in the
difference.
game, it's gonna be Devin Booker, in my opinion.
Replacing
Sabonis was Durant's.
You gotta quit saying that name.
Yeah. Why?
Are you kidding me?
LeBron.
Why?
Have you seen Sabonis' number?
No, he nice. He nice.
No, bro. Like,
But real quick,
That
name
boy
one other player
nasty.
on the
All-star games
player.
are for start. All-star
Other
games
than
are for
Turner,
scores.
Other than Turner, name one other player on the Pacers other than Turner. Miles Turner. I'll wait.
TJ McConnell.
Levert.
No, he.
Levert ain't playing right now though.
I'll wait. Like I said, I'll wait.
T.J. Warren.
Who?
T.J. Warren.
TJ Warren.
He had a
you
great
talk
bubble.
about Jimmy Butler's boy.
Oh my God, you so
bro,
disrespectful.
he's being inflammatory. No, he's purposely being inflammatory
Exactly,
right now.
exactly.
He
You know what
really
it is? You know what it is?
bro.
Hey,
Like, he
hey,
really
hey,
is.
hey, quick hit, move it over.
I'm bad for that. Y'all know that.
Speaking of doing that right there, Skip Bayless was offered 4 years, $30 million to go back to ESPN with Stephen A. Smith. Y'all saw that?
Hell nah, don't do
Good
it.
for him.
No.
Hell
And
no.
he stayed.
He
No.
got more money with Fox, right?
4 years, $32
Well,
million.
he did get more than.
But
than
ESPN, the thing is that
Stephen A.
how y'all
No,
feel,
no, he got more. You got offered
He got more
with
Fox.
Fox.
with
Yeah.
Fox.
But
Yeah.
ESPN,
Yeah.
how you feel about ESPN trying to bring Skip Bayless back with Stephen A?
They
Dumb.
need it. I like Max, but some of the other dude, who's that dude from FSN they be putting on there?
Where you going at?
But that's Fox though.
No,
You gotta do this
my
day in
fault, my
Black
fault, my
History.
fault. The white dude, they be
You
getting,
talking about Will Kane?
I can't
Hey,
stand
we
Will
got about-
Kane.
Well, 2 minutes on
Will Kane is a right commentator.
He's
so
on
if
Fox
he's not
all
on,
Honestly,
yeah,
to
exactly.
be honest with you, I thought Will Kane and Stephen A. Smith was a pretty good pairing.
You're
Just because of that
ridiculous.
because of the dichotomy between the two.
I can't stand Will
The
Kane.
dichotomy.
Yeah.
Will Kane's an idiot.
Will hold on.
I hate Will, and I'll say it publicly.
It
I hate
sells.
Will Kane.
It
does
sells.
It
Will
sells.
hold on.
But I hate Will
Over-
Kane's stupid
Over
shit.
Max Kellerman.
It
No,
sells.
no, no. There is a trio. There is a trio.
It makes for better TV
Will-
when you have two people that actually really
First-
disagree against each
hold
other.
on.
We just gonna leave Shannon Sharp in the trash?
Who said
You're
that?
missing
What are
that.
you talking
You're
about?
totally missing the point.
I was like,
No, y'all stop talking no. Y'all talking about the other names.
No,
like,
you
like
came
talking
in
about
hot.
ESPN.
You
We're
came
talking
in
about
hot
ESPN.
on the wrong
I'm
network.
all
Hey,
fucked up right
I
now.
know.
Y'all wilding
Yeah,
out.
I'm-
bro.
all I'm saying is-
Manny, I was like,
No.
easy.
All right,
I was like,
give me a
Dev-
second.
Hold on.
Yeah, we talking about ESPN.
Now I understand. We're gonna talk about this sports shit because y'all know that's what I'm on.
Hey, real quick.
I'm gonna get on this sports shit.
Okay, all
right?
right, real quick.
So Max Kellerman, obviously we know he's a boxer heavy announcer. He knows that shit ins and out,
For it.
right? But over the past 2 years,
Mhm.
sports wise, who has been the one Caucasian male on public sports media that's been speaking out?
That's not what I said.
No. I'm asking a
But
question,
that's
Rick.
not what I said.
No. I didn't say you said that,
No, I
Rick.
got your
But you
answer.
didn't answer my question. I said that as far as
Okay.
someone that's right leaning and someone that's left leaning, and you put them on network together, it makes for better TV.
No.
No, it's Jason
That's
Whitlock.
your
That's who it
opinion.
was.
Thank you. Because if you talking, thank you.
That's-
Hold on.
No,
But my
The
question-
thing is that if you have
hold on.
no, hold on,
It's
second.
Jason Whitlock's
look
old
at
crap.
Representation matters.
If you have a white guy on the right and a black guy on the left, and you put them on TV
it
to
does
argue
not
for an hour and a half.
necessarily make for better because Skip and Shannon are both very left-leaning individuals when it comes to political matters, and Undisputed is up there with First Take. So don't say that
Hold
right
a
versus
second.
left.
I think you're going way over the top with this.
First of all,
I'm talking as far
How?
as just good TV. I never said
So
as far as
Skip and-
ratings.
So
Hey,
Skip
Nico,
and
what did you
Shannon,
do? You did one of these, right?
So Skip and Shannon is not good TV.
I
you
didn't
did one
say.
of
That's
these.
what I'm saying. You're going way over the top. I didn't
Nobody
say
said
that.
Nobody
Hold
said
on,
that.
I didn't
Nobody
say
said
that.
that.
No.
Nobody said that.
So it's not about Will Kane and Skip and Stephen A.
I'm just talking. You have two like different opinions on TV. It makes for TV.
No, bro.
That's
Max
all I'm
Kellerman
saying.
and Stephen A. disagree all
I
the
didn't
time.
say that they don't.
But bro, you're trying to make this strictly about
No, I
right.
didn't.
But you said
No,
as
I
far
didn't.
as right versus left,
It does make for interesting
it does
TV.
not make it better.
I didn't
It
say
does.
make it
It's
better. It
interesting.
makes for
It
interesting
does.
TV.
man, people want to
It
watch
does.
Y'all
People watch
got it.
It
And
does.
people like debate.
Yeah, people like.
It's not a debate. You
so
agree all
Stephen
day.
A. and Max Kellerman don't debate.
I didn't say that.
But come on, bro.
I never
What
said
are you
that.
saying then?
Nah, Ricky,
didn't
I
say
get you.
anything.
He never said anything like that. But
I never said Max Kellerman was trash. I just said
I'm
it
not
makes for
saying you
TV.
say that, bro. But
I
they
will say-
disagree all the time.
I will say Will Smith.
They just
my
but
fault,
it's a
my
different kind of
fault.
disagreement.
Hey,
My fault. My fault. Stephen, hey, shit, my
Hey,
fault.
Bel Air Academy basketball,
Hey,
baby.
Yes, sir.
Carlton throwing
Shout
it
out
from
to
half
Carlton.
court.
My fault. I will say, Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless was it. Like, that was it. And they just wanted to recreate that because I'm not saying Max wasn't cutting it, but they had to supplement a lot of people on that show because when they brought on Will Kane, we needed to see more. Max is more or less in line with us on a lot of these issues. But when you want to talk about, like, the outside perspective, I can't stand Will Kane's ass.
That is
No,
a very,
I don't
that
enjoy
was very educated.
I don't enjoy a
like
lot of his
that.
takes
High five.
either.
So-
And that makes a lot of sense, too, as
That
well.
doesn't
Like,
make for good television.
But can I say
well,
something?
I
Go ahead,
disagree
go
as
ahead,
far as
Manny.
TV.
You got it. You got it.
I don't know.
Hurry up, last one.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. So like I know we're talking about ESPN and recruiting Skip Bates to come back, but you know why they trying to bring him back? Because they can't get rid of Stephen A. And
They don't want to.
They
They
don't
max
want
signed
to. They
him.
don't want to.
They
but,
max
but
signed him.
Steven, but Skip and Shannon got a good thing going. People
say,
watch Undisputed over fucking
For sure.
First
First
take.
take.
Yeah, for sure.
Take.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that, and like they can't bring Shannon in, and even then, Skip's over there like, bro, we killing y'all. Why not? I'm gonna stay over here. You know what I'm saying?
Sign for max
Skip's
contract,
not coming
man.
back.
But why?
But thing is
He's
that
making more
Because
money.
He's making
He's
money.
no, he's
But
making
think-
more money.
Think about the bigger picture, though, and I
All right,
don't
no-
mean to cut you off.
No,
I
no,
really don't.
Give me 20
But think
seconds
about
for the
it.
big picture.
Skip and Shannon, as far as political issues, Skip
Political
is
to my sports.
no, bro.
No, you're right.
Skip
Keep going.
is right there with the black culture. Skip. Hold on. Skip is
like-
like.
So who'd you rather?
he
wait,
like-
Hey,
hold
hold
on.
a second. Hey, 10 seconds. Miko back on the mic.
Hear
This
what
is
I'm
Black
saying.
History.
Cut me
No,
off.
no,
Sorry.
no,
Save it for B-sides. We'll be here for 20 minutes.
I don't mean to, bro.
Switch,
But
Yeah.
Skip is like, yo, I understand there's a lot of fuck shit going on.
Hey, stay on the
Right? But
Stick
Skip
this mic.
and Shannon still do it in a way where it's like, yo, we may disagree on a lot of stuff, but because we agree on a lot, they kind of still make it work. I don't believe that Will Kane and Stephen A. sitting on opposite sides.
You know I'm upset because I can't get your hand off me. You know I'm upset. I can't say my 2 sentences.
Nigga, go, you got it.
Hey, quick hits. You got 10 seconds. And we move on from there.
So would you rather have Shannon Sharp or fucking Stephen A. talk on your behalf as a black man?
Stephen A. I'm sorry, Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp all
Who
day.
said Stephen A?
Shannon Sharp all
I
day.
meant Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
That's the accident.
All
I
right.
prefer Jason Whitlock.
My 10 seconds are done.
He's got great-
You a motherfucking lie.
Jason Whitlock.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
got
first
some
time
great-
in almost 100 podcasts. That's the first time that man's man's name has ever been
You on some
mentioned.
bullshit, bro.
Jesus.
Shitlock, and I said it.
Bro, he's so terrible.
Miko, would everybody please give him your ear real quick for this day in Black History?
This day in Black history.
All right, today is
Mr.
March
McClain.
5th. The first American to die in the American Revolutionary War was Crispus Attucks. Was killed on March 5th, 1770 during the Boston Massacre in Boston, Massachusetts. A little background to that. On a Friday night in Boston, Attucks stood in front of a group of challenging British domination and was the first of 5 to die when British soldiers opened fire on the Americans. It is believed that Attucks had escaped slavery a couple of decades earlier and worked as a seaman. Attucks, whose father was of American descent and mother was Native American from the Winnipeg tribe, is not only one of the most important persons in African American history, but American history. The death of a man who truly knew what it meant to not be free became an integral part of the beginning of freedom for America.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
The crazy thing, the good thing about this one is too is that we all know this, but black people have been fighting for this country for a very long time.
Facts.
As long as anybody else.
Yeah, exactly,
you.
exactly.
Cool.
So this man, of course, if he's going, I mean, it's 2021. I mean, this man's been long past, but his accomplishments as far as stepping up, fighting for a country that hated him,
That's crazy.
it says a lot.
It does.
They've been doing that for
And then now even take just a little step further because we got something else come popping up here soon as well. And yeah, I saw you post about it as far as George Floyd, his cases coming up here too as well. So we see that like still issues are still happy to say that existed. Maybe not as prevalent as far as like a chain around your neck like 1770 was, but there's different chains around your neck today in 2021.
Oh, that's tough.
So
That's a host.
I do want to throw this out there real quick. Somebody asked me today at a grocery store, about like education and what they would change. And it's crazy. They were asking. It was a dare. I was going to go buy like a dog toy for my dog, and it was in Alexandria. And I said, you know what? I honestly don't want to pay for it because it's going to Alexandria. I want the proceeds to go to PG County. And I asked her, could I get my proceeds to go to PG County? And they said, you know, the people are kind of talking and they don't want us to go to PG to, you know, get money for like dare against drugs, against bullying, against suicide. It's a new thing. Dare got shut down, but I thought that was kind of crazy. So I asked her about it, and I said, "Are you gonna, you know, move to PG?" She said she would. I gave her a little bit, but the point is that that's crazy. You know, from an educational standpoint, you know, when you talk about these chains, those are type of the chains we're talking about.
Exactly. It's not like,
Right.
it doesn't make you like. There's one thing I've seen too as well recently. I know I'm dominating Mike here. I apologize, but yeah, no, it's our pod. I can never do this by myself. I tried once. It was terrible.
It's hard. The less people in here, the harder it is.
What do you think?
Man, you know,
Sit on the red couch. Sit up here.
Dr. Seuss.
You over there on the green couch.
Hey, you know what I look like? Hey, I tell you exactly what I look like. I look like one of Miko's pictures for all of him in different outfits. You know exactly what I'm talking
Your
about.
Transformation Tuesday looking ass.
Nah, but goddamn, I forgot what I was about to say. But no, the thing is that racism doesn't exist. It's something I realized a lot just in the past year that I didn't even realize.
Oh, you late? I'm sorry about that one.
Yeah, a lot. You could have done without the Sarah Mam jokes. Blake, just out of curiosity, explain that because
That was me. I said something earlier.
Oh, no, he wrong. No, he canceled. Go ahead. No, you fine.
See,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
No, I got you.
No, hold a second. Blake, just hop in the comment section. I'm curious exactly what part you're talking about.
I know
see.
it was
Yeah.
me.
He knows he about to get canceled.
Yeah, we'll go from there. But the thing is that as far as
Why are you trying to get me?
as far as racism today is that even going further with that, going back to Christmas Acts time, like it's not spitting in my face and calling me a nigger. Like, yeah, that is racist for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not. You don't see that so much today. So a lot of people, I feel like, have this mindset that that's racism. But you know, what I do outside of that, it's not really seen as much. I'm not doing that, so that's not racism.
It's a lot more subtle.
It's like everything's a lot more subtle. Like exactly what Nubi was talking about right here.
Though.
It's that proceeds go to PG County, which is the most predominantly black
Originally, they
county in
went
the
to-
nation.
Originally, they went to Fairfax County.
Crazy part.
And I wanted them to go to PG.
Crazy
And she
part.
I said, let me know where you're going to be working at, volunteering. And next week, I'll go there and give you the amount that I was about to give you right now. I still gave my little bit for Fairfax because there's kids out there that get bullied and shit like that. But PG different.
So
we
what?
all know that.
What do we know about PG County?
I mean, it's predominantly black for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're one of the richest counties in
They
In the
are.
United
nation.
States.
You know, so that's crazy.
For African Americans.
They're the
Yeah, yeah,
richest
specifically.
African American counties within the United States.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
He replied-
tough to think about.
All right, what did Blake say here?
And the schools are still rated
Trash.
Trash.
And that's right there.
yeah.
That breaks my heart too as
Yeah.
well. That breaks my heart.
Absolutely.
That's a whole podcast for another day.
I couldn't
So,
tell her
and
no
did
because she's standing out in the cold asking for that money.
Oh, so a second. Let's bring this up properly. Let's make sure we're all on the same page. All right, Blake said he's not canceled. LOL. He messed up and he owned it, but I called it. Y'all streaming right when that happened. So
Man, I
Manny,
appreciate
mean,
you
know
taking
he's-
that time to
and
let him
even
do
if-
that.
No, I would like to say, like, I wasn't trying to like make fun. It was just someone who didn't address a gender the right way, and I understand there's more than two, and I went with that. I'm sorry if I offended you, but that's where I was going with that.
That's mad respect,
Yeah.
though.
Theme of the podcast: Know better, do better. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody do
for
that.
sure.
You always
Hey,
learning,
facts.
bro.
The title of this podcast is recovery.
There you go.
That's because I fucked up last week.
No, actually, that title right there is for my man Miko. That's what it was. Recovery.
Yes.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Blake. Shout
I
out to
appreciate
Blake.
you. I'm not.
Hey.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to come at a certain group or nothing like that. You know, we all learning right now. It's a different time, and we're trying to differentiate between what's cancer culture and what's what needs to be learned and
Yeah,
we need
true,
to go
true,
forward
true,
with.
true, true.
That's all it is, Blake.
And these conversations need to happen.
Yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
he's been saying that from the very beginning.
No.
Yo,
No,
these
facts.
conversations need to be
See, y'all kill me. Hey, Blake's a fan of the pod too as well. Number love for my man.
shout out
Shout out
Blake.
Blake.
Nico, man.
Shout out
Yo.
Blake.
I haven't seen Blake since like 2015.
Yeah, you know Blake.
Yeah, man, I miss him, man.
Yeah.
Miss you, Blake.
Dude,
Hey,
I
let's go.
remember,
Hey, let's
Yo,
go around
Mike.
the room. We've been here too long. Hey, let's start with Gold Couch. Manning. Last final words.
It's full of bitch in here. Thanks for y'all. Thank you. Like, why are you here? But
Don't.
thanks for tuning in.
Damn.
Thanks for tuning in.
Mike,
all I got.
yo, you got it, baby.
Hey man, my fault. It's gonna be a little bit weird. We're gonna get a little.
Exactly.
Know Better, Do Better was the name of this podcast. Like we talked about earlier, if you have a perspective to kind of bring in this, we need that. If there are people from different parts of the country, different parts of the world that have a perspective that have something to say, and you don't feel like you have the proper medium, whether you only got 2 followers on Instagram or whatever the case may be, we care about how you feel. It's an extreme, but I think there's some good people in this room that do care about how you feel. And like I said, anyways, know better, do better. That's all we got. Appreciate it.
Just because Nick a handsome individual doesn't mean
This man
everybody.
Nick came on the podcast and dominated the mic.
This handsome
you got his hair done for
motherfucker
this.
right here.
Hey,
Get to
last-
your right. Hey, get to your right a little bit.
He said,
Hey, get to your right a little bit.
Hey, Rich, he got his hair done.
Hey, fix the mic on this man. Oh, not the mic, the camera, please. The camera.
Shit on
Yeah,
Nick right now.
It's made
because
3
he's a
on the
handsome
couch.
motherfucker.
Go on, man. My whole shit just collapsed.
Hey, don't break my equipment. Oh shit, what that doing over there?
The whole shit just collapsed. But listen, couple things, right? One, if you have 2 Instagram followers, delete your account. That ain't for you. That's not your social media platform. Just move to Facebook. Get a LinkedIn. Something
ain't
else.
shit.
Yeah, sorry. You can't do that with that. But listen, as a black man, we just got through Black History Month. We all know this. This is the first podcast after Black History Month. I want to say thank y'all for having me here so much. Rick, appreciate you having me on space. Thank y'all for having me on space, in the space, and I appreciate this so much. And so much I learned during Black History Month is just that is how much black men need to be stronger for our community.
True.
And not
Facts.
the toxic version of strong, not the version that we've been showed on the media.
That's a podcast for another day.
It's a whole podcast, right? But I see a room full of black men. And
Oh
who-
shit!
Oh!
He said it. He said it. He said it.
I said what? What I say?
You don't know. We'll talk about it
We'll talk
later.
about it.
It's just like a podcast Easter egg, but go
Yeah,
on.
but listen,
got it.
I see a room full of black men. I see black fathers in here. I see black fathers.
Dude, just keep going. You have no
Right.
idea. Just
Yeah,
keep
right.
going. Just keep talking.
Yes, I see black fathers in here. I see men who are trying to be a part of their children's lives and try to raise the next generation better than we've been raised, right? And I just want to commend y'all for that. And I mean, one day, hopefully in the future, I'll be a father and I can teach my sons the same lessons that I'm trying to learn.
You can
Hey,
have
real
some-
quick, can we get a round of applause for
Yo,
that?
that's
beautiful.
fucking love,
Hey.
bro. That's love, bro. I mean
In the
that.
editing, can you just transpose what he said over my voice?
Hey, real quick. Hey, Jenna, number love for you, girl. Number love for you. Absolutely. Yeah.
You got it. You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
Nico.
good friend of mine.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out Jenna.
Ricky, thank you very much for having me on the podcast. It's-
Man, we've been having you on for. No, just keep it. Just hold it right there. Just hold it.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
You got a handheld shit now.
Yeah, exactly.
No, for real though. This is definitely an honor to be on this podcast because like these conversations I've always wanted to be a part of, and I always watch your podcast, and you guys have very in depth and very meaningful conversations that the rest of the world need to hear, and it's very rare to see black men come together and just converse on such matters that really make a difference. You know what I mean? So thank you for allowing me to be here, and I hope to be part of a lot more of these. So thank you.
Hey, you live right up the street. Come on back, baby.
Damn right I do.
Call your shot. Hey, PG Jakes.
So look, there's been a lot going on in my mind recently, as far as black culture. Y'all know, I'm always thinking about it. I'm always thinking about elevation. I'm always thinking about how we can bring ourselves up. But my one consistent thing is, if we can have a room full of black men speaking about it.
Speak on it.
Hey, real quick, can I get a big moment?
You got it.
I'm gonna come out and say this. On the BNY Podcast, I fucked up this week. I fucked up this week.
Did you though?
I did. Somebody voiced their opinion, and I went over the line for sure. On they didn't do it. They didn't understand. It was with the cheerleaders, and I messed up. I went too far. My man right here, I just want to let you know, he came out and said, "Do better." More or less, that's how I interpret it as "do better."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate it. I had to take some time to think about it. I had to take some time to cultivate about it. So it's a testament to what he's talking about is, in a room full of black men.
Oh my God, you gotta say it too.
Yo,
I should have
bro.
did better. I should have did better in that moment. I could have clicked on his name and sent a private message saying, you got to investigate. You got to talk about the investigation of the cheerleaders. You got to talk about, what those women went through, and that didn't happen. And I was kind of I was personally upset about it because I was like, you know what, this is a sexual assault issue. However, he was corrected pretty quick, and I just went overboard with it. I'm petty. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Hey,
But I'm happy,
The moral of the story is
and I appreciate I appreciate it because it took other people to say we ain't got to go
not
OD with it.
that deep.
I went OD with it, and I appreciate the love.
Of course. So to your credit, it's not tooting my own horn. It's I like to at times, because I can get a little overboard with my opinion, right? But I like to consider myself the moral kind of basis for us. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to keep it neutral. I will talk about this. I'll talk about the unpopular opinion, and I'll talk about what everyone, it depends on where we're coming from. But at the end of the day, I always want to keep it respectful. You feel me? So when I shot you that, it wasn't necessarily to you. It was just a, hey,
Do better.
let's do that.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Regardless of what we're talking to, let's
fuck with
let's
it.
just do that.
I fuck with it.
You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
upset because I feel like he didn't do that in the same aspect. And my apologies to you if you're reading this, watching this.
Because they'll understand it.
And he did understand it. He made that very clear. I did keep going. I'm petty, so y'all
You
know that.
Hey, it happens.
Call me and let me know
It
I'm
happens,
stupid.
baby.
Do
Richard,
that.
Richard Petty, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Look, do that
I
happen.
do that for no reason.
I appreciate you taking that step because it took. I had to look at it and be like, I get where you're coming from for sure.
No doubt.
I saw where he was coming from. I was a little bit on the let's protect our women standpoint with it.
Of course.
So I took it a little bit like
Look,
a woman
it's-
gave him a perspective and he took it. But I wanted to say, next time before you even throw it out there, as black men, we got to
course.
do better for you jump
Of
on a
course.
perspective. My fault. But
no, you know what?
Good
And here's the thing, though. As an individual that's contributing to our show, bro, I tell you right now, we would never apologize for your perspective.
that's fair.
Because as the overarching theme, we keep it organic.
Right.
That means natural.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And here's the thing: 10 years from now, let's just say cancel culture pops up.
Mhm.
I promise you, we'll stand behind you
I appreciate it.
because in the moment, you was keeping it 100.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Don't
fair.
ever shy away from who you are
That's fair.
as an individual.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Me saying that, it's kind of a 50-50 thing. I kind of got to play the part.
I took it like that. I took it as I'll keep it a buck with you. I took it as this is my man's. I gotta hold
True,
it down. His
true.
opinion is his opinion, whether he's wrong or right, and he has the right to put that out there.
True.
I took it as exactly that. But for him, I was like, bro, like this is a women's right issue.
Right.
I took acceptance to it, and we ain't gonna go into that.
True.
My thing is, you're entitled to how you feel, and if you want to put out the energy you want to put out,
This is not PC.
You
culture.
were
We
good.
are
You were
all
good.
about
You were
this
good.
conversation.
You did a good
quick,
job of. You
and
did a
you
good
got it.
job. You did a good job of putting out your message and then correcting it. And
Yeah.
that's my fault for digging on that. I apologize.
I'm gonna close
Hey,
it out,
go ahead. Do you think?
and I'm good. So, as I always say, yo, I appreciate all the love, bro. Like, I don't know, y'all don't know me.
I don't at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
to the next.
intimately
Yeah.
outside of this setting.
I don't know you either.
Shut up, nigga. see, that's what we talking about. See, ignorant ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, this
But
nigga was
look,
so PC. Yo, we have to know about.
We
Hey,
ain't
fuck you,
PC
nigga.
yo, bro.
You better run for office one day.
Yo, but bro, what I'm saying, I am, bro, and I'm gonna keep that shit a stack with everyone in here. Yo, when I say this,
You right.
yo, I real life mean it. It's not for the camera. I promise you, I never care if I would never get appointed to public office. But in this moment, no, I don't, bro. Because I appreciate y'all, bro. I appreciate the perspective.
Yeah.
And even outside of my own ambitions as far as public office go, if it ever came back that we in this setting affected me winning or losing, I would never be like, oh, I'm sorry.
I do that.
You know what I'm saying? I would never be sorry because of that. I appreciate everyone in this room, everyone's perspective, regardless of how whacked out it might be. I'll stand behind it.
And that's what he did live, so you
Feel
can view
me?
it. You can view it on the
real.
podcast.
Take it what you want.
It's real.
You
bro.
can, take it for how you want.
You know, take it how you want.
I
but
attacked
I
it.
appreciate,
I really did.
I
Good shit,
love LOVE. I love everyone that's here right now because we're contributing to the brand that man right there is creating and the space that he's establishing for all of us to speak what the fuck we want to speak, regardless of how reckless it might be.
And just know, if you get reckless, you're gonna see me out there on a Tuesday saying something
On
wild.
these streets, baby.
On the streets with a K.
And I'm gonna say something wild. And when Marcus was in there, I say something crazy.
This
too.
nigga speaks the most reckless.
I don't think
But
so.
No, he's speaking real shit.
Not even on camera, you can't find me.
it's real shit though. You know, hey,
I mean, I
but
can't-
that's me though.
Hey, fellas, hold a
That's
second,
me.
hold a second, hold a
That's
second.
me, I'm gone.
Hey, let's wrap this up.
I'm
We almost
gone.
close to
I'm
3.
gone.
Let's close. We almost north to 3. Hey, Deb. By the way, appreciate those last kind words. It takes what do they always say? It takes a village to raise a child,
Absolutely.
and BNY is a child. And all of us together, everybody that pops on this podcast, we just hit 89 right now. We're in the 90s. Here pretty soon. Next podcast.
How many
be in the
followers
90s.
we got? We got over 6,000.
We got a lot.
We got over
a lot.
6,000.
We got some numbers behind us.
We
got some numbers
building.
behind us.
We building, baby.
We numbers. But the thing is about it is, I don't care if it was 600 or 60. The thing is that as long as we have a good conglomerate of people with a great mindset and they have a different opinions of conversation and they can all come together and we can actually find a solution to something, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. It's like Deb said, it's a space of people to talk, and you're gonna worry about, am I gonna be able to do this or do that or that, then the third. Like even
Bro,
today, I had a
was fierce with
conversation.
it, but
Yeah, I had a conversation today with somebody I agree with as far as Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss goes on the page, but the man, I read, regardless if I agree with it or not, I read the man's comments. I read everybody's comments. Every comments posted on there, I read, regardless if I agree with it or not, because I believe that this may, and I look at a lot of different things in social media that posts get deleted, this and the third, this happens over here. Unless someone's life gets threatened, then I feel like I really need to step in. And maybe I'm kind of flawed for that too as well. That no matter what's kind of said, I kind of just let it exist, let it just be in its own thing, and then I let history kind of dictate exactly what's being said from there. I don't know if that's right or not. I'd rather let time dictate that. And who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But that's the human experience, the ride we're going on. I have no idea.
providing us with a great platform, Ricky.
That's all I could do.
Thank you.
And we can't ask for better because I ain't got nowhere else where I can say my Facebook, my Instagram. I'm big on social media, but I'd rather get the words out beyond text right here. You can see me say it. You can see me put perspective to it. You can see us talk about it. Man,
Yeah.
the platform's unbelievable.
And the thing is that all we're really trying to do here is build an audio library. So when the day comes that we pass away, these words will live on. Every podcast we do is a book. That's the way I look at it.
I pull up for the drinks.
And that's fine too as well.
I usually bring them my own, but yeah.
Because we're gonna have a drink.
I need
we're gonna have a great
friends.
drink after that
I
too.
have
as
no
well.
friends.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Mika, you want to say something real quick?
No,
And I'm
we
gonna
already
close it out.
cool.
Real quick.
No, that's yeah.
Hold on. So, like me, honestly, on my Facebook, I literally just
Thank you, Blake.
post a bunch of memes and a bunch of bullshit that is just like
As do most of us.
it's pull for laughs, but I don't really put on personal stuff. But this platform to talk about real serious issues and bring up awareness of certain things that we don't think about on a regular basis is a very powerful thing, and I'm really glad to be part of it. And it helps me with my own personal issues with public speaking and stuff. So
Come back.
so
Come back.
Come back.
Come back.
I look
Next
forward to the
time.
next one. I look forward to the next one.
There you go.
Thank you.
I bet.
I like how everybody just scream "Come back" at this man. is that a new staple?
Come back.
Come back.
Come back.
I like
I
that. I
definitely
like
will be
that.
back. Thank you very much.
For your
Yeah.
first podcast? This is your first time, right?
Let's go.
Yeah, first time, pop my
Hey, you
cherry.
did a
Yep.
good job.
Hey, I tell you what, him and Marcus Winters, naturals from the pod.
Hey,
Yeah.
you
Hey,
fucking
Nick
knocked
Lyles,
it out the
natural.
fucking park.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
when
your
it's
first
real,
time.
when it's real,
Yeah.
I
Nick
feel.
just can't start on the gold couch.
Hey, listen, when it's real, I feel.
I get
natural.
reckless over here.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's definitely real right now.
Hey,
I feel blessed
hey
to be here.
fellas,
Good job.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate y'all. And I know we said a lot of things about a room full of black men,
Oh yeah.
but also keep in mind that anybody come on this podcast. I don't care
Yeah,
what you look
pull
like,
up.
what you,
Hey,
yeah,
Sal.
anything.
5'10", no kids, pull up.
Hey, exactly.
It's his joke. It's his joke. I promise you.
You leave my future baby mama alone.
hey, whatever gender, whatever ethnic group, don't care. Hey, whatever.
I always said it was 5'10", no kids.
Hey, I say it all. Hey, whatever political affiliation you may have, let's have a conversation.
Yo, do
Want
the
it.
damn
Hey,
thing.
we want that joint. We want that joint. Hey, Cody Wagner,
Yo,
get your
shout
ass
out
up
the
here.
motherfucking mark. Hey,
All
yo.
Ooh,
One.
what's that?
B-side.
One.
What's that?
That's
we
one.
ain't there yet. We ain't there yet.
Oh, I can't say
because
it?
the thing is that you said it, then somebody
I
could have
can't
said something
no, but
crazy.
When you say it,
Then it's official.
B-side.
Yeah. All right,
Good shit, bro. Good shit, bro.
y'all ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
You got it.
Hey, let's get out of here.
Let's go.